Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bussin with the Voice. Presented by the greatest automobile to ever put rubber on the road, the Chevy Silverado. The most durable, reliable vehicle on the road. Silverado is strong and dependable as the people who drive them. Chevy Silverado, modern and advanced with a ton of grit, a partner in getting things done, especially when it comes to the heart and soul of the pickup truck, the bed. With Silverado, you get the most functional bed of any competitor. Best in class standard cargo volume. The inner gate folds to a large step up for easily getting in and out of the bed. Available industry first power up and down tailgate, or the available multi-flex tailgate we've been telling you about with six convenient configurations. All this makes the bed of the Silverado work harder and smarter. Silverado is strong, advanced, dependable, and hardworking. And I think it's very obvious I'm getting better at reading.
Yeah, I
think it's very obvious.
Especially not looking at anything.
What do you mean?
Usually you got to take a minute and read the ad.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. You just went right into it. You had a little bit of adversity with the microphone.
Yeah.
You had to take it down, and then you went right into reading
like Freddie Mercury right now. You know what I'm saying? He always had to stand off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best front man of all time. Don't fucking at me, dude. Big podcast this week with big adversity this week.
Do you know
the Muffin Man?
People are what?
What made you laugh so hard?
Because that was funny. I thought it was funny. People are watching our intro right now, but they won't get to watch the actual podcast.
Whose fault is it? Point fingers, Will.
You know, I don't point fingers. Dude.
Yeah, 100%. You should never point fingers.
I don't fucking point fingers.
If you point fingers, there's always three more pointing back at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't point fingers, dude. I point the thumb. This was on me.
Yeah.
This was on us.
This is it.
This is on the leadership.
Leadership of the crew, right there.
Even if like Bloss is running computers and doing all that stuff in the back and doesn't have a backup and stuff like that, that's on us for not having a backup for him.
It doesn't matter that I don't have a password. It doesn't matter that I can't even get into the stuff to even do anything if I wanted to because I don't know any of that stuff.
We have no clue.
We had no clue. However, it's on us. It's not on Bloss, who was supposed to make sure that was all taken care of, but it's not on him. It's on us.
Correct.
All right. As long as we're open. As long as we're, he goes,
Bloss is back though. Round of applause.
Round of applause for Bloss.
He's got a torn ACL as we, or wait, torn patella tendon as we speak.
Torn patelli.
But the dude's a grinder. He's on the bus. Yes, he dropped the ball on the episode. It's not his fault though. It's our fault.
Absolutely.
But it's great to have you back, Bloss.
It really is, dude. It's nice to see you. I feel like, did you get shorter? Is your chair a little shorter? What's the deal? Why are you so much lower than Jack? Okay, you just dropped it. You just dropped it low. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay, I was thinking, man, Jack must have had a growth spurt, or that patella. They must have done a lot to your leg over there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you're feeling all right. But yes, for those of you watching on the YouTube, excited to see some laughs, some giggles, or some back and forth, you're gonna get all that, but in a beautiful slideshow presentation.
Yeah.
And I really hope, and I know it's not gonna, because we have a lot of tier ones out there that are gonna fucking ride through it for us. I hope it doesn't affect the YouTube numbers.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know people are probably listening a lot more in their vehicle right now because they know they're not going to get the visual experience that they might hope for. But you know the tier ones are going to double down. They're already subscribing to Spotify, Apple. They're going to be watching in the premiere. They're going to watch. They're going to catch the episode on YouTube because the thing about YouTube, even like you can run the YouTube and not even still watch. You know what I mean? You just have it playing in your vehicle. So some people just like YouTube, like they're just subscribed to YouTube more. But this is a great time for everybody who is listening to please subscribe to the boys on Spotify and Apple because that helps us. It's the grittier way to build the audience. It's the grittier way to build the fan base. It's through audio. We have been told audio is king, and we need to grind it out. We need the subs.
Do the audio
on fucking Apple and Spotify.
And you can double down too if you want to do YouTube and audio. That's up to you. We're not telling you how to live your life, but if you want to, you can do both those things.
People we love more.
Yeah.
Are subscribed to all of it.
No question, because we know they support us a lot. And if I know you support me so much, why wouldn't I support you back that much? You know what I'm saying? If you're on the YouTube, jump on the audio as well. I know a lot of people like to see these beautiful faces. But go and just jump that audio on. Maybe put that thing on play while your phone's charging. Doesn't affect nobody, right? We got the Wi-Fi. It don't affect nobody.
Dude, great episode, though.
It's a fantastic episode.
KFC?
It is. It's unbelievable. It's one of those pods we talk about all the time where if the monitor doesn't have to, we don't need the monitor. It's a great podcast. We didn't need the monitor. It was kind of like go. It was a Seinfeld episode. There was zero context to anything. We just kind of ripped and had a great time.
Yeah.
I loved it. I really wish, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse here because this is on us. This is on us. But I really wish there was video because I think it would have, God.
I know, because now clips.
Oh, I forgot about clips.
I didn't want to bring it up, and I knew you weren't thinking about it.
Yeah, of course I'm not a thinker. I'm not a thinker, I'm a doer.
For Bloss back there, but
Yeah.
Now no clips.
But that's not Boss's fault.
No, it's on
we
us.
don't point fingers.
No.
It's on us, dude.
We'll figure it out.
I know.
Tier 1s are going to ride with the boys, but it was a great episode. I know you guys fucking loved the Burt Kreischer episodes last week. The KFC Feitelberg one is another just all-time high.
It really is, dude. It really is. It's outstanding. I think, do you guys want to do shout out, no free shout out of the week?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do a shout out, or do you not want to?
No shout out, no free shout. Did we not do tier talk with fights in KFC?
No, they had to go to Shane's podcast.
Oh, they do Shane. Okay, side note, dude, real quick with Shane Gillis. Guy's kind of a homie. I kind of think he's hilarious. I watched his stand-up on in Austin, Texas.
Oh.
If you go to YouTube and you see Shane Gillis' shit there, dude, it's fucking hilarious. The way he interacts with the crowd.
Yeah.
He has adversity.
His storytelling.
Is so good. Makes you fucking laugh so hard, dude. I'm a huge fan of it. I hated the fact because did we know Shane yet?
No.
We didn't know Shane
when
yet.
He came on the bus?
No. I'm talking about when they had to leave to go to do Shane's podcast. He was doing our podcast
Shane was coming on the next day.
Right. We didn't know Shane, so I was pretty upset when they had to leave. But when Shane came on, he was great. You guys have obviously seen it. You guys have done amazing numbers for us. And not only that, but on the group chat, Shane's been fucking. He's been a homie.
He's a boy.
He's been a legit homie.
Big dog.
He's a guy you can FaceTime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a bro, dude.
He's for sure a bro.
He's fucking a bro.
So we got a little tier talk going right now. Is that what we're doing right now? A little tier talk for the squad. And I believe, Jackie, if you want to grab the mic, you can explain to us tier talk.
Tier talk this week is best. And, we'll figure that. That was the last week's episode, or next week's, your last shout out. But best barbecue sides. We all love a good barbecue, like Will had a shout out. We're going for the best sides. You know, you got the main course, but the sides is really where it hits. That's where you figure out if it's like quality or not. You can make a good meat, but the sides, that's where the love comes. So, yeah, who wants to start us off? It's 20 y'all too. It's just y'all. So
I want to, if it's okay with you, Will, I'd like to go first because I'm not as well versed as you are.
Really?
And I don't want to be swayed by your stuff because I think in this situation I would lean towards your things more.
Okay.
So do you mind?
No, not at all.
Am I doing two per tier?
Tier 1, 2, 3. What are your top 3 sides?
Fuck.
And that's just working with this.
And I'm nervous. I didn't do a whole lot of homework on this. I'm not a huge sides guy. I am a big sides guy. No, I'm a big sides guy. I am a big sides. Chill.
Dude, just one week before training camp, like when you have kind of like a, hey, I'm gonna enjoy myself a little bit more. Let me know so we can like. I want to do a barbecue right for you. I truly do. I truly fucking do.
Okay. Hey, your birthday is July 22nd. Your boy's birthday is July 22nd.
I was gonna say, what in the fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
I saw you look at me. I go, your boy. I met your boy. My birthday. They you do a little something then. All right. My tier 1 off the top. It looks like my tier 1 seems kind of easy to me. I think it's going to be the mac and cheese. I think mac and cheese is a fire tier. I think there's a lot of ways to fuck up mac and cheese, but if you have it done right, it's going to be pretty unbelievable. And for those of you wondering how I eat my barbecue, I like to kind of cut it up and mix together. I do enjoy doing that. It's so that I think the mac and cheese really helps with that for me. The next one. Now this is tough because I want to keep the mac and cheese with it. You know what I'm saying? So if I was taking my tier 1 with my tier 2, what would help me with that? Biscuits. I think biscuits would definitely be, okay. All right. Biscuits
are some soul food going on with his plate.
Biscuits are number 2 on my list. And I think the third one here is a bit of a sleeper. And it's one of my favorites. I'm going to go with the deviled egg. The deviled egg is my third
I think
tier.
that is a sleeper. And I enjoy it. It wasn't on my list, but I enjoy a good deviled egg.
Okay,
I like that.
Listen, the whole time I did that, I was feeling levels of insecurity I haven't felt since middle school. So I really hope everyone enjoyed that. I'm nervous. I'm afraid. I don't want to stamp something on it. I'm not going to stamp this one, but I'm proud of what I just did.
To me, your sides are kind of like a Sunday meal type of like we're the family's getting together after church and you just picked mac and cheese, biscuits, and deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Like a couple of those, they don't really scream barbecue to me.
Oh, really? Well, I'm just looking at the sides.
But I like that's your truth.
I mean,
like
you've heard about my childhood. There's not a lot of barbecues going on in my life, right? Not a lot of barbecues.
Yeah.
I did have a lot of opportunities there.
And I love that you gave deviled eggs a nice little shout out. Whether or not
love
people agree with
eggs.
it, deviled eggs are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
My tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
I'm so excited to hear this, and I can't wait to change my mind.
My favorite side, just period, in life, but I know we're talking about barbecue, so I'm fired up that I get to feature it, but is baked beans. It is my favorite side of all time.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they got to be Texas. They got to be good.
Just the whole state calling you there, buddy?
Texas number. Texas. I'll tell you about
Texas.
it later. But, dude, good baked beans, you can't beat them,
Okay.
bro. I'm talking, you lay out a nice cooking, what is it, like cookware glass. What is that called? A dish, a cooking dish.
Okay.
You throw in a couple cans of baked beans, 3 cans of pork and beans.
Okay.
Lay over top bacon strips.
Oh.
You cut rings of peppers, place them over top. Slice a couple onions, place them over top. Brown sugar, ketchup.
Oh.
More bacon. And you set that thing at 225 for a good 2 to 3 hours. And bro, those are the greatest baked beans that you can have.
Really?
Yes. I did a different dish over the weekend. I know you were over at their house. I don't know if you tried the baked.
I didn't try any of it.
I smoked some baked beans this time, and they were phenomenal. Chopped up, diced pepper, onion, garlic. Dice it all up. Natural ingredients, not like pepper, not garlic like out of the jar.
Right.
I'm talking
real deal.
Right, real deal garlic.
Open that shit up for real. Fillet that onion type deal.
Brown it up, and then you go again. Boom, 3 cans pork and beans.
Okay.
Brown
bits.
sugar.
Oh, I thought
4th cup brown sugar.
no bacon bits.
Yeah, no bacon bits.
Okay.
Bacon comes on last.
Stupid.
4th cup of brown sugar. 4th cup of mustard. And then you put 9 strips of bacon over top of it. And then you put that thing in the smoker again, 225 for a good 2.5 hour smoke.
Damn.
Baked beans are my number one. I know I was on the baked bean ones hard. Baked beans to me are the best side dish fucking in America.
Wow.
My number 2, hash brown casserole. I think
that's not even on here.
Yeah, that's just that one page. Those are just references.
Oh.
Did you get a good hash brown casserole, mixing that shit with the baked beans? And another thing on the baked beans.
And another thing.
Baked beans you can have the next day, like leftovers cold. Like you can eat baked beans cold. To me, that's like a sleeper thing that you can do with baked beans is eating them cold. A lot of
Might be a shout out, no free shout out of the week.
Yeah, a lot of side dishes you can't do that. You got to heat them back up. Baked beans you can eat them things cold. The hash brown casserole is number 2, and my number 3 is a little more unique. It's not something that is like on a list or something like that because it comes from one of my favorite places back in Deloge, and it's called Mary J. Slop. And what you do is you take baked beans, you take potato salad, and you take coleslaw, and you mix it all together.
I think that's cheating.
That's a little cheat. Yeah, that's a little cheat. That is, if I got to go for a pure 3, I would say, fuck.
Oh man.
Maybe. Take
your time.
I know.
We're not in a rush.
Maybe potato salad.
Okay. I don't know.
I like potato salad can be a hit and miss, but I do think a good potato salad is fucking crucial for a barbecue plate, dude. But if I could go unique, if I can throw my little special, my honorable mention, it would be Mary J. Slop. Back in Deloge, Missouri, dude, you got the baked beans, you got the potato salad, and you got the coleslaw all mixed together to make a nice little dish. And it is fucking, my mouth's watering right now.
I'm kind of hungry right now, too.
Oh.
You okay?
With a pork steak and then some smoked ribs.
We getting wings after this, boys? What's the deal? Does wings count as a side?
Do wings count as a side? I don't think wings would be a side. I think wings are either a meal or an appetizer.
Okay, so it's not a side.
I'd say no side.
Yeah, because you never say, let me get the brisket with the side of wings.
Right.
Yeah, you never say that.
Right.
Yeah. I would like to say, I thought we were going off this list. I think street corn is one of my favorite sides of all time, but I don't know if that's a barbecue thing.
You could do some corn at the barbecue, bro.
I fuck with street corn heavy, bro. Fuck with street corns.
I love it. Should we do the shout out, no free shout out on this one, or they get it in our podcast on Thursday?
I think they should get on their podcast on Thursday. To be honest, only reason why is we just shot our Thursday pod, and I really don't have a second one.
Okay. And everybody listening, like we got the 2 a week.
2 a week.
8 weeks. For the next, now we've had 1 week, so the next 7 weeks. 2 a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, dropping same times. Yeah, dude, we did our shout out, no free shout outs on Thursday. You guys will love it. I
think the main thing is that you guys just need to know that we are fucking grinding for the squad right now. We're getting 2 in because we know you guys love it. We know you guys fucking love the content, and we're just, please keep subscribing, rating 5 stars. You have no idea how much it helps. It sounds so stupid that we do it every single week.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like you're groveling a little bit.
We're a little monotonous, but it's all good.
But consistency is key, dude. Discipline number 1, consistency number 2. Those 2 things, will breed you for success. Please enjoy this episode, right? We're good to go, right?
We're good to go.
And it's going to hit an ad.
Phenomenal.
It's going to hit an ad right now because we're 15 minutes in, right, boss? We're going to hit an ad. He's high. And we're going to go, we'll fucking live life.
We'll
All
do
right.
the thing.
We'll do the thing. We'll do the pod. Enjoy.
We interrupt this episode of Bussin with the Boys. I hope you guys are very much enjoying this slideshow, PowerPoint, photos. Our team has been working overnight to make sure you guys have the best experience on YouTube. And please subscribe. If you guys like what you see, subscribe to the Boys. This episode is brought to you by Duke Cannon. Duke Cannon, the brand, follow the Boys on social media. They have funny content just like the Boys do. And their Duke Cannon deodorant is made for guys who run hot. Guys, I pit. I sweat. I do it all the time. But I use their dry ice. They have dry ice. They have a black version and a light blue version. That's why I'm more color coordinated than I am the scent. And you put that stuff on, and they forever changed the game for me. You walk around like you have a glacier under your armpit. It is that good. It is that cooling, and it's refreshing all day long. You don't pit, you don't sweat, you don't do all this stuff. And if you do sweat just a little bit, because them hard workers, you still do sweat a little bit, you have that cooling sensation throughout the entire day. And I'm not shitting you. It feels like a glacier is underneath there. What else I like about the products? Honestly, I like a lot of their shit. I wouldn't say I've messed with their hairstyling stuff as much as you see the boy rocks a hat all the time, but their body wash, their big ass bricks of soap, dude, their deodorants, whether it's the solid cologne or the spray on cologne. I love the, what is it, sand? Damn, what is it, that sand one? The sand one. Sandalwood. No, you're right. Sandalwood. The sandalwood deodorant is my favorite. The sandalwood big ass brick of soap is my favorite. Or if you like the gel soap, the squirt, it's got that as well. Check out Duke Cannon at any Target or on DukeCannon.com and use code BUSSIN for a generous 15% off your first order. Duke Cannon, not for clowns.
When you started, I mean, obviously when you were doing Barstool and all that, when you started having kids, did you find it harder to do everything you're doing now? Or did you start watching yourself a little bit?
I didn't watch myself. I've actually been telling myself that, like, probably in a couple years, I should clean it up a little bit with subject matter.
Yeah, probably in a couple years.
But I've been saying that
in the archives when they were like,
yes, but like the archives are so deep that I'm like, I don't think it's almost like there's so much material they're not gonna find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there was like one thing that they could listen to, but I think they're gonna drown in it and hopefully not even care by that time when they're old. But I remember saying like, well, when she's like going to like kindergarten and like school, I should maybe, and that I didn't change.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm just gonna keep moving the goalposts. So
Yeah, well, you're never going to be allowed to clean it up because I can't talk about other things.
No.
So,
What do you guys need back there? Anything?
I was doing it on the mic in case we're keeping it. That's kind of how we do it. We just go. So I don't know if that counted or not.
We do it.
Okay.
I got this little clock up here. As soon as that's going, I know we're live. I know
Okay.
we're moving. We're moving.
Like,
and grooving.
We're not live.
we're not
We've
fucking
been talking
live.
about that for. We need a goddamn
We
clock.
don't have a clock.
See, I take the clock very seriously. I always give me a hard time about the clock. I love the clock.
We end up going for like 3 goddamn hours because I'm like, we're like an hour in, right? And they're like, no, they're 3 hours and 20 minutes in. Dude. Shut up.
Have you found, just from like a business standpoint, when you do podcasts, have you figured out what time is best, or is there really there's no time for you guys?
I was going to say no before you even got to the specific question, but no,
fair,
we
fair.
have not figured out anything at all. And in particular, I would say the time is the last thing we've figured out.
I do
think we figured out the week.
believe. I think an hour is too short to really get into like a lot of shit that we want to get into.
Mm.
But I do like we'll do like 2 hours of us, and then sometimes we'll have like 2 interviews, and an episode is like 4 hours. And I know for myself, if I ever look at like this week's episode of some show that I watch and it's 4 hours, I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, I can't, which is stupid because I could listen to it an hour at a time. And
Yeah.
but just seeing like 4 hours, it's like when you hear a movie is like,
Yeah.
3 hours long, you're like, what the fuck? So I do think there's a little bit of, I think you can go too long, but also, I say that, and like Joe Rogan's podcast is the biggest in the world, and he'll go for 3.5 hours. So it's like, if you're interesting and it's good convo and your fans like it,
I'm
fuck
sure
it.
there's a specific, like a number, like between an hour and 2
I'm
hours, probably
sure.
the best. But when you got outliers like Joe Rogan, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah. And I'd rather do what I want and be like, it's best for us and the people who really fuck with us like it than if there's one fan that we could have grabbed, but they were overwhelmed by the fact that it was too long. I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like I still
It's
haven't
one
watched the
shorter
new
one.
Batman movie. I see it's on HBO now, but I still haven't watched that because I'm
It's
like,
like 3 hours.
Take 3 hours of my time.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
but that's where, like, a movie you got to watch to the end to know how it fucking ends.
Yeah.
A podcast, you can really chop it up however you want.
True.
And it's not.
For me, the number for me is like 57 minutes. If I see 57 minutes on a podcast, I'm
You like that?
This is easy.
Really?
But when
I-
how long do you guys go? Like,
Oh,
do
we
you do
go
that?
anywhere
we-
from 1 hour
anywhere.
to 3.
Okay, yeah,
Three,
because that's
yeah.
where, like, if we do I guess the thing is, it's like subject by subject because we'll bring up a topic and we could probably like do it in like 5 minutes, but we end up doing like 15 to 20 because I got some shit to say. He got some shit to say. Then we argue, we debate. Next thing you know, that one segment is like 25 minutes and we've got 5 more segments to go. And it's like, well, we could have chopped it down, but I also think that was a much more interesting conversation the way we did it.
I think like with conversational podcasts rather than like segmented ones too, like they go like conversation. So we'll have a lot of things like we get a voicemail and we'll fucking say all kinds of nonsense and shit. And I'm like, wait, what was the question?
Yeah, we don't even ask
because we're like, it'll be like we start doing it and like, oh, that reminds me of, and then we start talking about some other shit.
That's
and
our
then
best show is when we're like, talking about God knows what. We're like, what was the question? And they're like, what was your favorite like sports?
We did it fucking yesterday. We had a voicemail where it was like someone called in talking about Arbor Day, and they were
it was the Grinch.
They were in
What a
elementary
ridiculous
school.
holiday.
Was
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
What a
and,
ridiculous
and
holiday,
he
yeah.
hated it when he was a kid. So like
His wife called him a Grinch of Arbor Day.
yeah,
And he was
said,
like, what would be other good Grinches of other holidays?
Yeah.
We ended up.
we ended
Lord
up,
knows
I
where.
think we ended up talking about fucking seals and manatees
We
for
did.
like 20
Talking about
minutes.
Seals getting chopped up by boats.
And
I was like, what was the question?
How the
Arbor
fuck
Day.
is there
Dude,
for
I
Arbor
don't
Day?
even- I
It's like
couldn't
6 degrees of
fucking tell
separation,
you.
man. Sometimes
What
we
is
end up
Arbor Day?
like
It's
Arbor Day is trees.
celebrating trees, bro.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
trees.
I'm a big Arbor Day guy. I have a lot. I
In
own a lot of
Arizona,
trees.
they don't celebrate it. It's just desert
They
out
don't
there.
celebrate
No
it.
fucking
Yeah,
trees out there. Yeah.
What's Arizona?
It's like a myth.
What's Arizona's Arbor Day? Like celebrate the desert.
I don't know. I don't think we
went
got
away.
one.
Cactus.
I know. People are fucking racist against Arizona is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't got it.
Arizona's racist against people. When I learned that they didn't
Whoa,
celebrate
whoa.
MLK Day, that's wild.
You guys don't celebrate it?
No,
not
he's
until-
lying.
No.
Right now.
We just had a guest on, Jenny Mullen.
Not until
And she said
1993.
not
When were
Who
you
the fuck
born?
is Jenny
When were
Mullen?
you born?
91.
She's a comedian,
Born
she's a
in
writer.
Madison.
She's also married to Jason Biggs.
Yeah.
But she
like,
grew up in Arizona. She's a little older than us. And she said when she was growing up, they didn't get MLK Day off. And because we were talking about
Hey, you still gotta grind, but celebrate it.
well, then we're talking about it, and Kevin's like, we should have implemented that in 1869. And I was like, well, let's let him get born, make him earn it first.
That's fucking hilarious.
Now before he's done it.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, I mean, where I grew up in Cape Creek, there's I think 3 black people in general, and they're very celebrated there.
Right.
There's no issue.
It's overly celebrated. It gets weird.
Cape Creek's a town. It's literally white people and Mexicans. That's all you got in Arizona. That's hilarious.
When did you
I didn't know that. I didn't know they didn't celebrate
I
that.
never heard it until Jenny said
Yeah,
it.
if
either.
anything, it was 7:47 over my head. I could never tell.
I knew about the time zone shit, which is insane, which I respect.
You never
Yeah,
time
that
zone
is
shit I
the
like.
thing. Shout out fucking doing that because
Yeah.
I think it's the dumbest shit in the world when I wake up. I mean, it's nice when you wake up and then I caught an extra hour. Why am I extra?
Oh, I
feeling
hate
so
that
good
shit,
today?
though.
But
I'd
it's
rather
the other
just keep
shit
it
you hate.
consistent.
No,
I
I'm
like
with
any
that.
shift, especially once you have kids, man.
Yeah.
And your kids don't fucking know the clocks have changed, so their schedule is, already
That
is what
shit
it is.
pisses me off, dude.
I mean,
that
you-
really makes me
To
angry.
me, it was
Fallback
either-
though is nice.
What's that?
The fallback can be nice.
When you gain an hour or you get an hour of sleep, you're talking about, right?
gain an hour of sleep,
Or
yeah.
when you're in
But you
college
don't
and
get
it's
that.
1:59
Yeah,
and all of a
you
sudden
set the bar.
1 o'clock, you're like, let's
Yes,
fucking go.
yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit's
Yeah,
hype.
yeah.
But I would trade all that shit away just so we can go back to everyone to stay on the same time zone.
I don't
Yeah.
care whether
It's
we
so
do
weird.
the fall clocks or the spring clocks. I just want it to stay
Yeah.
because the change in schedule is what fucks everything up with kids and I
They're
hate
trying to
that.
pass that, aren't they?
I think the House already approved it, and if the Senate does, we're good to go. I think if it happens, it would happen in 2023.
It's even weird, just like I just flew here and I flew in from Atlanta. And they're pretty lined up on the map, but I took off from Atlanta at 7:59. I landed here at 8:01. And I was
Yeah.
like, that
That's a
doesn't make fucking
that's a
sense.
mind-
I know
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
'cause I'm dumb. I know it's because I'm an idiot,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't make sense.
No, because they said it
Hard
was
on
for the
yourself.
farmers back in the day, right? That's what the whole thing was. Hey, the farmers need the extra hour.
You know what it was? It was
Fucking
World
know how
War
that
One.
works out.
Farmers
Was it
Almanac,
World War
It
One?
was World War One actually, because I thought it was Benjamin Franklin, and then I thought it was something to do with candles, and then I heard farmers.
I thought farmers.
But it was something in World War One where they wanted.
Candles are like big enemies, I believe, right? He invented electricity.
Yeah,
Candles kind of lost their jobs after that, right?
It was something like it started in Europe, like France or whoever over there said like we need more daylight for this fucking war, and then I think a couple of the bigger and then everybody kind of like followed suit.
Right.
I was like, World War One really fucked up a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah. When you're
God
huffing
damn.
mustard gas on a daily, you're
Yeah.
probably gonna think another hour's good. You know
For
what I'm
real,
saying?
man.
Another hour, then you got to go back. It's just crazy, dude.
We're fixing seasons next. We talked about that this morning, actually.
What do you mean?
Seasons are. What do you mean? What do I mean? You know,
What do you mean,
seasons
fixing
are a mess.
seasons?
Seasons are. We got to move them all back.
Hey,
calendar is wrong.
Arizona, there is no
Disaster right
season.
now.
There is
Let's
no
find out.
season.
Let's find out. We got to talk calendars for a moment.
Yeah.
We got to find out what kind of calendar guys you are. What is the first day of the week?
First day of the
Monday.
week's Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, boom.
You got, we're
Same page.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we're all on the same page, days of the week wise, month wise, right? What I think that summer is June, July, August.
So we're not on the same page.
I think we're gonna have a different perspective on this, Willie.
And then, because like when you do like Memorial Day and it's
Mm.
like still
Why
cold.
you got to draw a line in the
Fuck
sand
that.
between us right
No,
now?
I think you and I are gonna think differently than them. As
Well,
far as
well,
when
I'll
you
tell
think
you what,
about
I'm
it.
already sliding over here,
Yeah.
and we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
August
I
for summer.
I say summer is June, July, August. Fall is September, October, November.
Mhm.
Winter's December, January,
You can't
February.
think this. You can't think it.
and March, April, May. To me, those are like all very, very clearly. This is when the weather is warm. This is
Mhm.
when the weather is cooler. This is when we get snow, and this is when we get like spring.
Now, what do
No.
you think?
Now I think I'm right, and it is that
Respect that.
it's July, August, September is summer.
Now,
Yep.
July,
you can't be going
August,
back
September.
to school in summer.
But
That's
you,
like
but
down
you just,
south
well,
state.
I go on temperature. I go on weather temperature, and,
Yes,
and now
exactly.
those are the hot months. June's cold.
June gets warm. June's where you get warm.
Spring.
That's why.
June's
No,
spring.
June is not. You get out of school in spring.
Well, that's
Fuck that.
That's not how the gods intended it, but it's how it works now.
No,
that's
no.
how. That's what.
Nobody's ever like, I can't wait till springtime to get out of school. You say summer. School's off for summer.
I'm over here.
That's
Yeah.
I'm over here
it
on this.
makes sense logically.
Yeah,
You're
well,
right.
that's what the
But
argument is.
no,
Who made it?
that's when logic started. Now logic has changed.
Hang
Logic-
on, stick to your calendar.
Climate change or logic
All
first?
right,
What are we
all
doing here?
So it's going temperature wise. Now what the temperatures are, right? The temperatures are now hot,
all right.
July, August, September. It is now colder.
Okay.
Fall style, October, November, December. It gets fucking freezing now, January, February, March. And
Okay,
then
well, I'm really gonna fuck
April,
you up
May,
here.
June.
Because
is-
what it
is
really should
spring.
be. Now I know what you're talking about with the temperature change. And by the way,
I
this
like
is all-
that. I
this is
might
all-
be over here now.
All right, let's fucking.
Well,
I
no.
don't
I
want to steal it.
I don't wanna steal it. I don't wanna steal it.
If
I'm
we're
easily
talking,
persuaded.
if we're talking about temperature change,
We're the shark tank. We're the sharks.
because also we're talking about like the Northeast, because I understand there are places where it's warm all year round, whatever.
Yeah.
But for us now, it's basically summer and winter are like 4 months each.
They're
and-
dominating.
And fall and spring are like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go by the temperatures, the whole thing gets jacked up. But like right now, it was 43 degrees here today this morning. It's in New York. It's cold. It's fucking almost May, man. Like there is no more spring.
Which brings us to our next segment. Do you believe in global warming? Do you think that's a real thing?
Something's fucking going
Sounds
on.
like something's going on,
I'll tell
right?
you this much, man. When I was a
Consistent
kid,
segment we talk about. That is our next segment. Global
when I
warming.
was a kid, we
You
weren't
better
getting
blue.
hurricanes.
How you feel
I'll tell
about
you
it?
what, I used to go skiing on Thanksgiving. I'll tell you that. We don't get
That's
snow
not-
until at least January now.
Something's-
We don't
something's
even
different.
consider going to the mountain until December, January.
Yeah, and there's the spring and fall, which are the nicest.
That's
the
the ones I
nicest
want the most,
weathers.
and they're fucking.
And they're
They're
fucking.
that big. They're
Yeah.
that big. I fucking agree with that. And I think Nashville's really swayed because and growing up in Arizona, you never get a season
the same
ever.
thing the whole time.
You never get and
That would drive me
Michigan
crazy.
you do. They're more distinct, right? You got in fall, the leaves are falling.
Mhm.
Winter, you got a coat of snow on the ground. Summer, it's beautiful. All of it.
Yeah.
Here is fucked up because it's always like raining. It'll go.
It's been a weird 2022.
It's been a weird
It's been a
2022. It was a weird 2021. Something's going on.
Global warming. Something's happening. I don't know.
Worth
what
investing, looking into though. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth going past is something going on. Is it worth it to really rack your brain over what's possibly going on?
Oh, no. I'm
with
a big
Ignorance
look,
is
things are
bliss.
gonna happen guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
There
argue
are
about it, but
times
really, I'm gonna
what's
see
gonna go on.
I kind of dive into like conspiracy stuff. I like to think about outside the box and what's covered up and what's really going on. And I'll try to bring those up on the show. And he's like, I don't fucking care,
Yeah,
man.
well, I got a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory for you right now.
What's that?
Will Compton stole my water.
That seems proven true.
Now I'm going the rest of this episode parched as hell.
Oh, you're fucked. Look at
We
my
got some
delicious
pink, we
water
got
over
some
here.
pink Whitney. We got some pink
Wendy in the corner? Or some piggyback?
I apologize. I saw it hit in here.
Look how much he's got. Oh man, this is delicious.
Bro,
I might
there's
clean
so
my
much
shoe off.
more.
It's so
I got the- hey, I got the bottom fourth. I got my backwater in there, dude.
That was a pretty quickly proven true conspiracy right there.
Yeah,
I was
think that
looking
was a
around for
conspiracy
it, and
theory.
I was like,
I'm
wait, I've
keeping
ever
it
ripped
over
it
here
here
now.
As far as
Jump in the water, where'd mine
they're
go?
fun.
Yeah, it's not one of
Fun
these
fucking
QAnon
world to
nuts
jump
where it's
into.
like I like really. Some of them I can get behind.
Wait,
But
you don't think
What
QAnon's
can you
real?
get behind?
What can I not get behind?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
what
like-
can you get behind? What is what
Bigfoot.
makes sense to you?
Bigfoot.
You think
makes
Bigfoot's
sense.
real?
Which one that
I
makes
don't
sense?
think
Which
Bigfoot's
one?
real.
I don't even think that aliens
Justin
are like
Trudeau is Castro's son.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good
And
one.
there's a lot of detail in
Yeah,
that one
one's
too.
a good one. Yeah, basically anything.
I think
Jinx
that one's
tweets.
like that one's up in the air with Will stealing your water. I think that's like
Yeah,
kind
that's pretty
of proven at this
Well, that's
point.
what I
That is
said
kind of
about
in there.
aliens.
Like,
9/11 as an inside job.
loose change.
That one, dude,
We've all
funny
seen loose
story.
change on YouTube.
Maybe that's why I got out of conspiracy theories, because I watched Loose Change when I was in high school, and I went home and I was like, "Mom and Dad, you gotta sit down. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this." And then I laid out the whole thing for them, and they're like, "You're the dumbest fucking kid alive. How much do we pay for you to go to high school?" And I was like, "All right, I'm done getting tricked." Like that's why I don't do
But you know
conspiracy
what?
theories. I'm too stupid.
No.
And
You know what? I mean, you're dumb. Don't get me wrong. You're stupid. But it's not even conspiracy theories. It's also just like, do you take the time?
I like how you gas me up.
Do you take the time to like dive into? Like, I can get into a conversation about like the why and why are we here and the who and the what. And you know, he's just like, I'm here for a good time, man. I don't care. I don't care who
That's
put us
true.
here. I don't care why we're.
Saturdays are for the boys.
yeah.
You
That's
started
the
that,
reading
right?
books,
What was
bro.
it- let me ask you a question. What was it like when you guys just decided to jack his entire idea and make it your brand?
That was
For the boys?
that was
Interesting, man. Like,
Yeah, but it is.
that was
you know, I think that
You
is
guys
a
didn't stop
testament
us, and I think that's a
Yeah.
testament to you
That's
guys.
subconscious marketing, right? Because honestly, like PMT, they jump us all the time about stealing their bus idea and shit
Which
like
is
that.
such a dumb fucking
Right.
comment.
But like,
Is that
Wait,
true?
what do they have?
Yeah,
a
what
why
was
have a
their
bus?
thing?
No, because they had Danny- Danny,
some shit.
oh,
They
they
did
went
some
vehicles
shit.
now?
Yeah, exactly.
What you can if we do a
Yeah,
car?
we
we
did
can-
one pink slip, and
No,
also
they
every
can't
idea
own
is their
vehicles.
idea.
We own
and
boys,
four
though.
wheels.
Yeah, no,
they,
boys.
they can't own vehicles. We own a whole gender
we
of men.
We get half the population over here.
Yeah, no, Saturdays are for the boys. Like when we were first starting, I wasn't like not as anything other than like not being a like a Barstool fan. I was more like I was thinking you guys were what was it called? The Hive? You
Chive,
call them
chive,
Chive off.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were all like
No, fuck the
intermingled.
Chive. We were like enemies.
Oh,
with
we
Chive.
hated them.
Without knowing a single person.
Yeah,
we
with
hated Chive.
nothing at all. It was just like they were a competitor. It's like we hated them. We hated Bro
They
Wild.
were.
Right.
There was very few. There was like one or two websites that we even can consider like a competitor back in those days. But just traffic wise, all they did was
Right,
like
like I
post
had their
pictures
apps.
of
You
hot
call them
chicks.
Chive
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
It
It
was
was Bill Murray and
That's
hot
what
chicks.
Barstool did.
Yeah.
Smoke of the
Yeah.
day.
Yes,
Yeah,
smoke-
yeah. I mean,
smoke
early
of
on,
the
the
day.
smut game was, you know, it was like, yeah, you gotta have.
You gotta have
DNA
it. That's
and
gonna
you gotta-
drive the eyes.
Sure,
That's gonna
sure.
drive the
But
eyes for sure.
To be honest, like I thought about it once for the boys started to get going.
Mm.
And then the whole Saturdays are for the boys thing. I was like, oh, people are gonna think we
We
just
kind of cop that.
I honestly never thought that. I think it's such a fucking
You're such
popular
a
thing.
liar, dude.
No, I swear to God, it's a very popular
guarantee
thing.
you-
I knew because I know Vrabel. And I knew he kind of made it the.
Yeah,
the
Vrabel knew you.
Which, by the way, I
Vrabel did
fucking.
not.
Time out on that real quick.
Who started?
Who started
on
the boys?
team? Yeah, yeah. like-
The boys.
100% started that.
Taylor
Really?
and I we would grind in the summer, dude. We shout out Vanny Onofre, shout outs in Dauber.
Yeah.
But we would just like it'd be every day we'd figure out what our schedule's gonna be because I was in town. I was staying at a hotel when I first signed here, and it was just me. My whole light was lit up with like red lights, Juve lights,
Yeah.
essential oils.
Yep.
And Taylor and I were accountability buddies. That's what we called ourselves.
Yeah.
We got
Go hit
close,
that sauna, go
Yeah.
hit that cold, hit that sauna, hit that cold
we got
shower.
close real quick over recovery stuff, football, all that stuff.
Oh,
And
you
we-
guys are sauna boys.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
big
big sauna boys.
We'll talk about
And
that
in the
later.
summertime,
Sauna every single night.
He stayed to train in the summer, and so we trained together over at Vanderbilt, and we just hung out with each other literally every day. We're sending each other YouTube videos on a law of attraction, Conor McGregor, motivational shit. Like we're hyping each other up every day.
Hardos in high school that are like all they can think and eat and breathe is like them getting better.
Yeah.
Us.
Like, hey, I found a supplement. I found a supplement. Like, hey, let's look at it. We're in the think tank.
The rise and
every day.
grind
Oh
boys.
yeah. Oh, rising and
And
grinding.
then every day,
Motivational text to each other.
Right.
Come on.
Oh, swear to God.
Oh my God.
Swear to God.
Bro,
Yeah.
I said we do that maybe once a year.
Yeah,
We'll have like a big show, and, like sell it out, and like we'll probably text each other back and forth, being like, just remember, like we did something tonight, like that's a big deal, and then we go back to never talking about that again.
Yeah.
It's good
That's-
though. We need. Well,
I
actually,
like that. Positive affirmations.
Well, yeah, we also like relatively a couple of years ago we said like guys don't hype each other up enough, so we like he.
You got to guess.
normalized
He's-
dudes
he's
hyping up
the
other
fucking-
dudes, man.
The gas tank right here, man. Like he'll I like that outfit, man. You look good. You look good. You look.
you're like
slim, you look
that?
good."
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big. You hit me with it as soon as we walked in. You're like that.
Yeah, I do. But I've grown into that over the years. I used to be a break 'em down 2020 guy. You know what I'm saying? Break him down 2019.
Yeah.
I'll keep you broken down, then right when you're about to quit on me, I start giving you a little bit of juice. And then you're like, oh, maybe he does like me. You know what I'm saying?
Right when Taylor
I've
sees
really
that-
changed. I've changed it a
Right when
lot.
Taylor sees like, oh, this is really affecting him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, I'm joking. That whole late, like, hey, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
all right,
Oh,
man.
and then
I-
what's up, buddy? All of a sudden, we're best fucking friends. That type of vibe.
I'm not
shit,
right
now
away
you're
to it,
joking.
but once I'm not. I don't need to be like your best friend, but if I know you a little bit, I'll like, yo, I fucking like that hair. I try and gas you up something on someone per day.
See, to me, like the only way I can tell if I'm close with somebody is if like we're chirping each other. Like at the minute,
Yeah.
the minute
best
you're an
friends
asshole
are-
to me, I'm like, we're in.
Right.
We're boys now, and I love it.
Yeah.
But you see, like, hey, how's your mother? Oh, she's good. She's tired from fucking my father. That type of vibe. Get the fuck. Like, we're not really boys yet.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
Yeah.
The minute chirps start happening, I'm fucking
The
in.
more mean you are, like the closer you are.
Yeah,
Really. You know, like my
absolutely.
best
If you can
friend,
banter,
I
if you can-
am awful to. You know,
Yeah, if you can
horrible.
dish jokes and take them like you're in the circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my best friend got married over the summer, and at the bachelor party, he was always a runner, he was a skinny kid. And at the bachelor party, he looked huge. I mean, we
Tough.
ruined his self-esteem
Yeah.
on his own bachelor party. Showed up to the wedding maybe 6 weeks later, and I think he like did not eat from that time till the
Yeah.
wedding.
Fucking did that.
Looked great.
Fat shame.
Fat
Yeah,
shaming, man,
gets
and
bad
looked
sometimes.
amazing in the tux. And it was like, I don't know how you did this,
You
bro,
gotta be
but
careful body shaming.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, Will caught me.
gotta be
We're
careful body
in
shaming.
Knoxville, and Will caught me like putting my shot on the worst angle you could ever hit.
Mm.
And in my head, it's like,
Wasn't even that bad.
but in my head, it's like I still seriously play
that
professional
was rude.
football.
As soon as I heard the word, as soon as I heard still, I was like, that was mean.
It's like you're kind of navigating, but like,
Yeah.
I take football seriously.
Congrats on the gym muscles, though,
Right?
bro.
I'm
You're gonna go to the
pretty
beach
sure,
on
and it's-
Sunday.
Catch me on an angle like that. I'm like, fuck, Will. Like, these people are out here judging me, and they think all I do is podcast now. Like, it took me a good 24 hours to get over it.
The picture, the world of like getting sniped with pictures in Barstool is it's a cold-blooded,
fucking
dude.
cold business.
Cold-blooded,
And I'm
man.
like that too. Where if I see something, I'm like looking a little chubby. I'm immediately that's the quickest way to pepper me down.
Yeah,
That's the
what
quickest
hurts.
way to put me in my place.
I'm delusional, so I'll just be like, bro, you don't look like that. Like it's a fucking dude. You know how iPhone cameras go. They're not like they don't work
Yeah,
well.
see.
But you think about yourself.
Huh?
You'll think about yourself, though.
No, I won't.
You'll
No,
say about your picture.
If I do actually look like that,
Yeah.
But if I'm not that fat at the moment, I
Yeah.
go, I'm a pretty fucking up and down guy.
Man,
You know who's really up and down guy who I think like deals with that shit? Big Cat.
yeah, well,
I think Big Cat's got body dysphoria.
Oh,
just more.
He's gotta have it.
it's more formula for sure.
Dysphoria, dysphoria, either one, right? Either one.
No, we're gonna
You got 'em
let's
both.
just keep saying it different ways. Yeah. He's got the worst dysmobia I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, when he came in, he was a CrossFit guy.
Yeah.
We called him CrossFit Cat. He was like in shape, and I remember, by that point, I had been.
Wait, Big Cat did CrossFit?
Yes.
Yeah, he
He
got
was
back
in
issues,
shape.
knee
He was
issues.
like rock solid, not as far as regular guys go. And I mean, I had been there for probably like 3 or 4 years. You had been there for 2 or 3 years, and I remember him being like, "No, like I'm pretty in shape. I'm gonna stay in shape even when I'm doing the blog thing." And we were like, "Yeah, okay, but yeah, right, dude."
And then the
Just in front of
dysphoria
the
set
computer
in.
It's easy
for-
sitting in a chair.
real quick.
Yeah.
And then he's gone up and down. He's good about like he rubber bands back and forth too.
He puts a cap on it.
He knows when he's got to cut it off. Yeah.
Seems like he's making a new cap right now.
Yeah.
It was a new CBA. The cap rolls in the back. But man, like
He's definitely got Jonah Hill, like of Barstool.
yeah, for sure.
He goes up, he goes down.
On it was on our tour bus before you guys stole that idea from Barstool as well.
Yeah, obviously.
It was a camera thing, but he was like bending over to like look in the driver's seat or something like that. And I oh God.
Is that it?
I mean, he just looks so wide, you know? And actually, if you look really close, if you look in the rear view mirror of the bus, you can see my face, and I'm like, because it was one of those things. It was like I took that picture because I'm just fucking around, right? And I'm like, I don't want to put that out. That's rude for my boy, but I gotta.
Right.
I'm bound to.
You're in the world of
I'm married
content
to the
creating.
game, dude.
Yeah.
So we called him Big Cat Big House because I think we were going out to Michigan or something like that, and like people were photoshopping pictures of like the moon and him and all this shit. But then there's pictures of me
Hey, the
looking
Twitter's
gross.
undefeated like
That's
that.
what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
and
you
so
can
I
mess-
think
yeah,
everybody
no.
who's been in the game for a while has had multiple pictures of yourself where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that's on the internet forever, dude.
My
Oh,
worst
I
one
know,
is
bro.
pre a weight loss challenge, and it was a weight loss challenge between me and Dan. And I mean, I have a set of tits, like a fucking set on
Beautiful.
me.
And really the nips.
Like
It
yeah.
sits with the nips were.
Like fucking puffy, like 80s porn star nips.
Yeah.
Fucking good puff on them.
What was we talking about? The one where they slope up? Like,
Yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
That fucking
They
ramp.
look like an orangutan mom.
Yeah.
Little breastfeeding. and they fucking, that's the one they use. And I think that's unfair because that's pre-weight loss challenge.
Well, that's what I mean. Sometimes you're fat.
Yeah,
just
look at those tits, bro.
Yeah, those are big.
That's tough,
Those are
man.
big.
Yeah, those are.
But then, like, you know what? Like 4 weeks later, you were like down 35
I feel
pounds,
like
right?
35 pounds,
It's like
yeah.
kicking in the gear, dude. I'll be brushing my teeth at nighttime, just looking at myself with my shirt off, being like, "You fat piece of shit." And I'll look over at Charlie,
knocked
baby.
that down.
I'm gonna get this thing right. Don't sleep on the boy now. I'm gonna fucking get this thing tight. And I'll turn it around, bro. To get summertime, like I see something, I'm like, play into it, have the most fun with it, and I'm like, all right, it's time to fucking tighten
The
up.
amount of times I've seen you tweet "Diet starts tomorrow." It's probably your #1 tweet right now.
Yeah, it
man.
goes. That's something
Recycle
like
that one.
I love watching Big Cat do his thing on the internet. Like like when he takes bad images and he's like, please delete this. It's like that's where my inspiration got.
You gotta
from that.
lean into it. You know what I mean? There are times
it's like,
where
you're never gonna
especially
beat
with
the
Barstool,
internet.
Never.
You're never gonna beat the internet.
Never.
If you want to live on it, you gotta learn to embrace it.
You're fighting the
you
ocean.
can either ignore it if you can, you know, if you got the mental fortitude to it, or you got to lean into it. Because trying to fight it, trying to be like, no, the angle's off, or no, that's not really. Then people go in for the kill.
And then when you get
And then when you
minute
delete
they
it,
sniff it.
getting
The
it
minute they
deleted
sniff
is the
it.
worst because screenshots last forever. And now I know you're
I
really,
know,
yeah.
now I know that bothers you, you know? Like,
right.
Will, when I was like, yo, what the fuck, dude? You put that thing out there, that photo we were originally talking about? Will goes, hey, you want me to delete it? I'm like, there's already 80 comments on
Yeah,
there.
like,
I'm like, what,
yeah.
is it gonna fucking disappear?
Right, they're gonna
like,
forget about it.
There's some screenshots out there right now with that
Absolutely,
fucker on
man.
there. It's
Same
tough.
thing with pictures or like, you know, a
It's
bad
not a
tweet,
bad
a bad
photo.
joke, whatever.
Oh, it's a horrendous photo.
Like,
Make
from that
sure
day,
you fucking
that
put it
day, I
up.
remember
Because also you got your guys is
No, I don't need to see it right now.
you're-
But I'm just saying, when we play the video, I fucking put it back up.
your guys' standard is way off. You know, like your shit's warped. Professional athlete.
Yeah, but this
type.
shit's a little warped too. It was a little off. Oh, you looking for it now?
I'll look it up. It's not even that bad. Taylor, and in my opinion, Taylor saw a couple comments and
Oh yeah, I did. I let it breathe too much. I let it breathe too
really,
much.
we
It's
were.
different than like Big Cat because Big Cat his whole like
Oh,
or
come on, bro. I didn't see
what
it's a tough one.
he's like, bro, I still play. And I'm thinking, what does that even mean? Like, it's just a
Hey,
fucking.
don't get sensitive about that comment. I'm just telling you.
That's
I
not
can't believe we're unpacking this here. We haven't talked about it. We really haven't talked about it.
We can unpack it because here's what I thought. Here's like, okay, I'm not gonna.
We can unpack it and then goes in.
He goes,
Millions of viewers every day.
myself, all right, I'll stay out of the body shaming game with Taylor, even though this man has zero limit when he chirps other people
Not
about
true.
stuff. Because it's like, because I'm thinking, okay, if it's I'm still a pro athlete thing, I'm thinking, bro, there's photos of me out there when I'm like still playing and taking you serious. Because if like you see comments and it's like other people are controlling that part of you caring. That's my thing. So
No, yeah.
when you got mad, I'm thinking like, what, dude? Who cares? It's like,
Right.
I care because other people think that I'm not taking it serious. Well, it's like, well, are you taking it serious? Are you 17% body fat? Then who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with what your thought process is. My thing is mentally, was not ready to accept that photo being out there. You know what I'm saying? That's growth on my end that needs to happen. I'm going through something that's like, that's been a thing since I was like 12.
shit,
Oh,
huh?
since I was 11 or 12. I've been like, you've been a little. I've been offensive lineman.
yeah.
You know,
So
watch
you can, like,
that wind hits you, kind of pull the shirt like that.
Yeah.
Which I know.
Why do you grab my love handles all the time? What's your lower gut?
Because my insecurities projecting on you.
But
The man knows. The man
Yeah.
knows what he's-
And if I,
Yeah.
if I do it to you, I'm just doing it to you. I'm not putting it out there in
You're
front of
dishing it, you gotta take it.
150,000, 160,000 followers. Congrats, by the way. That's a lot of followers. That's a lot of followies. No, I'm just saying. It's literally, I've already unpacked it with myself, right?
But I think me and
Called
you
the
need to.
therapist.
Me and
We
you
sat
need
down
to.
for an
Me and
hour.
you need to.
Shed a tear. We're all set. We're all set. We've unpacked it. And I went home. I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you look fine. It's bad lighting. You know, you gave yourself
This
one of
is
those.
crazy to me because you're literally a very well-paid professional athlete. where
Yeah.
it's like, who cares what it looks like, dude? Your body is doing what it needs to do at the highest fucking level in
Yeah,
the
but
world.
I've always prided myself, and you know this, of like being an offensive lineman, but keeping a low
Keeping it
body
tight.
fat
Yeah,
percentage.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yes,
Like
you are.
making
But-
it look good with a uniform on. That's always. Who cares how you perform? It's really how you look, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
man.
We had a guy named Jarrell Casey on our team. Talk about a bad body baller.
We're just gonna.
Oh no, hey,
He's just sitting somewhere watching TV right now, and he's just gonna catch a stray bullet.
This is football Paul Pierce we're talking about.
You have said that a dozen times on this show.
I've said it
Out of
before,
nowhere.
too, but I'm trying to keep the main thing the main thing. We clearly
But I
needed
will
this.
say,
We needed this. You might have unpacked
you
it.
might have more than me because I already took
Because
care of it.
it
You're
pissed me
saying
off. It
he-
made me
like, this
mad.
is done?
It made me
This is
mad
not
that you got
I
mad.
know.
No, we
And
bantered.
here's what I was thinking when it all went down. I was like, Will's not handling this. If Will had enough sleep having a newborn baby, I'm sure he'd probably handle this a little bit differently. As far as like me getting upset about it, because that's not like you.
Was there like words
Your hand on your shoulders?
here? Were you like
Hardly.
yelling at each
No.
other?
It was like
He
a.
goes, what the hell, man? We were sitting there doing our meetings. and I'm
Oh,
thinking
bro,
to
we were
myself,
right about to do Coach Eckler on our Bussin spring tour. You can go look at it right now on YouTube. It's unbelievable. And I look at it, I'm like, oh God, like I'm like fucking bummed. And I show it to him, and Will's like, "Hey, what are you mad about?" Like
You're face to face
legit,
though.
like,
You're not.
Yeah, we're like right next to each other.
Okay.
But like gets upset with me about being upset, and then I sit there and kind of just looking at it. You know when you get fucking, you catch a bullet, and you're
Yeah.
kind of just like, this
Many
is tough.
times, bro.
This is tough.
Yeah.
And Will goes, "Man, your energy's all off right now," and I'm like, "That's not making it any better in my head." Hey, welcome to the show. You can kind of feel the vibe too in the beginning of the
I
episode
said,
as well.
what I said was, I said,
And it's so difficult. I keep interrupting you. It's so difficult because you got the boys out there too, and they're all trying to have a good time, and you're like, you're fighting your own demons. You're fighting your own demons. You're like, I don't want to kill the vibe for the boys, but I heard that dude Will.
I snapped and said, bro, take a joke. Taylor goes, hey,
Which I do
Taylor goes, I'm still
That's the
playing.
equivalent of calling your girl crazy.
What does that mean? I
Joke,
said,
bro.
"Take a
You're
joke,
fucking mean, man.
Yeah, that's tough. But what I do, I walked away. Because in my head,
festered with us the rest of the day.
oh, 100. Hey, I was like,
right now.
oh, no, I think if anything,
we
this is
have-
healthy.
I think this is very
extremely
healthy. Yeah.
I took the photo. We're chilling out at Tennessee's practice, and in my head, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I do understand some of Taylor's insecurities with the body stuff.
Well, you're fucking 310 pounds, 100%.
But you look good. You just said you're 17%,
No
but you look
question.
better than me as a 310 cat.
And listen, I
I'm
don't disagree
230.
with that.
And look, I would still love
Hey,
to
Will,
play
keep
football.
getting like mad. Like I'm
I'm trying to
I
tell the
want you
story.
to know like I'm cool now. Okay.
I'm just trying to tell the
All right,
story.
go ahead, tell the
I know
story.
you need me to look down bad.
Where are we? This is what we're
No,
talking about.
listen.
I don't even know how we got
I don't need you to do nothing.
I look at Jack and I go, hey, you think Taylor would care if I post this photo?
Who'd you say that to?
To Jack.
Jack.
Oh, Jack
Because,
just got
hey,
thrown under the bus
there's
right
one out there that's
Fuck.
circulates.
Thank God
There's
it's
a
a move.
couple out
Thank
there
God
of
it's
my
a move.
body that circulates. I'm like in a wheelchair. I look terrible.
Hey, that's a tough photo
But
too.
I'm thinking like, we banter back and forth, and I looked at Jack and I go, do you think Taylor would care? Like, should I ask Taylor if I can post this photo? And I'm thinking to myself, why do I got to ask myself if Taylor's gonna be all right posting this photo? Like, it should be all good. And Jack was like, nah, he won't care, bro. Or I won't put words in your mouth. You can speak. What did you say?
I don't even remember, but I definitely was like, yeah.
Yeah, throw it up there.
To be fair, that is how I should have handled it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have never been
Look,
upset with a
Jack,
situation.
I'm not trying to throw you
That's
under the
just
bus.
insecurities of mine. I am mad at
I
Jackie.
felt like I had permission, but I was thinking, should I go over to Taylor and ask if I
Yeah,
can post this
I think at
photo?
that moment I would have looked at him and like, not only would have been like, no, I would have been like, damn, I gotta leave here right now and start working out.
tell you
You know
now.
what I'm
I don't
saying?
think that would have happened unless you saw a couple comments first. Because I really, again, I don't think that was that bad of a photo.
I didn't even look at the comments in the
It was
beginning.
all himself. It was all
It
your
was
own.
all, hey, listen, this is the biggest battle
And
you got
so
up here.
I told Jack, I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to let it eat. And whenever he sees it,
Ooh.
then we'll kind of know. And
I wish I saw it
unfortunately-
after our last pod because it
unfortunately,
did
it was right
affect the
before
last
our
pod.
fourth pod of the day.
Oh,
And he
yikes.
brings it out, and I saw the look on his face, and yeah, there's definitely truth to. I was probably ready for him to be a little abrasive, and I might have already thought how I was going to handle it in my head. Like he should be able to take this joke.
I feel like you've already got your answer right there, whether you
Yeah,
should
and
have
I'm
posted
like,
it or
bro,
not.
take the joke. But when you said, "Hey, I still play," I was like,
No, I didn't say
But
it like
also,
that.
man, listen.
'Cause even when I was talking to you, I was
"You
low
guys mind
key.
getting off the bus, and we'll just."
Low key, when I was talking to you, I was trying to word it the way I worded it when we first unpacked this. Was like, I don't want to be a dick, but like you're and us, and exactly, it's hard, but it's also like one of us takes our career much more serious than the other right now.
But why?
That's
But
just facts for a couple reasons.
oh yeah, for sure. But I'm saying, what does that mean? Why does that still
What
matter?
that means is your boy needs to do a little more therapy. That's all that means. I'm taking ownership of that situation. But I would like to say the way you handled it and the way you know me, I know it's because there was lack of sleep. You know what I'm
How you
saying?
gonna tell me how I feel?
Hey, why is he mad? Hey, why is he mad? I'm trying to tell him it's all good. I know you're tired. You slept for 2 hours on the way home. You have a new baby.
Yeah,
And so I know when I got
the excuse.
when I got a new
Never do
baby,
it for
bro.
any other reason, man.
I quit doing nicotine. Those little. Have you ever had Zins?
hang on.
Yeah.
I do apologize. I just want to put that out there. I apologize.
That's
for that.
good.
I'm
I'm
glad we had this moment.
And I'm happy. And you know
I
what?
apologize.
If it went a different way again, I wish I had the better chance to laugh at myself. And for
I
that,
wish I would
I'm
handle
sorry.
it. I wish I would
But guess
handle
what?
it.
It will happen again.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is nice. This is nice.
This is for the boys. That's
Beautiful. That's what it's all about.
Like,
Shout out Cross Country Mortgage. No free shout outs. Look, in a complicated world, it's hard to know who to trust. But when it comes to your mortgage, there's only one answer, and that's the boys at Cross Country Mortgage. They have flexible loan lengths, a crazy amount of dedicated loan officers, and even guaranteed closing, meaning they pay the daily closing fees. Cross Country Mortgage has a team of loan officers dedicated to getting you the best possible loan terms available. They have an average close time of 21 days, which is ridiculously fast. If you're familiar at all with the housing game, you're looking at least a month to get your closing costs done. They got a wide variety of loan types, which means they've got everything to cover everyone, and they're going to give away free Barstool and Cross Country Mortgage sweatshirts when you sign up to refi or get pre-approval while supplies last. Go to crosscountrymortgage.com/barstool so Cross Country Mortgage can take care of you through the home buying process. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029, all loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
you reach a point with pictures and shit on the internet, like
And being
you do
around each other
eventually
so
not-
much.
Yeah.
we're like brothers.
There's a comfort
But
for
I mean,
sure.
if it's in your head, it's one thing. But like when it's the comments and the rest of the internet, like it's hard. I mean, that shit fucks you up. But also when it's happened like 25 times, eventually you're like, yeah, man, I don't know. That picture didn't look good to me. I'm not. My body's ugly. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know. Like, it just happens. you
Whenever
know?
I get juiced up one day, and then I'm just gonna be standing there in
Oh,
front
dude,
of it.
when I retire, I'm not gonna
be in my
own the
boxers.
t-shirt.
Just like, Willie off Willie, you're fucking 15, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a ton of, when guys retire, like offensive linemen who
Just
retire,
like,
like the
is
next
that-
day
that's
they
what you're
gain,
gonna do?
like 250 pounds.
We had
It's
Eric
like-
Wood on here, and he looked unbelievable.
Yeah, he looked like a different
Phenomenal.
person, right?
God.
Yeah.
And they were showing pictures of him before. Pull up a picture of Eric Wood real quick. His shit, huge
Yeah.
glow up. He
think- I
was
still
so
think
pale
Joe-
and fat, where he had like the pink spots on his cheeks, like
Yeah.
that kind of fat. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think Joe Thomas was a
Joe Thomas.
like
was
they're
a big
1A
one,
and
too.
1B, but I think Joe Thomas had a.
I think Joe
better
Thomas takes
Joe
it over
Thomas had a
Eric.
very
Wood.
public one,
he
too.
was so fat, he got
Holy
rosacea
shit.
kind of shit.
Yeah, the rosacea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I met Eric Wood on the first grit tour. I went with PMT on that.
Oh,
And
really?
we hung out with him and fucking
You guys look related.
what's the fucking
Yeah,
other one?
That was
Who's the other
You
one?
guys do have a bit of a vibe, huh?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Rosacea fat. Yeah, no, like yeah. Now I see it. I see
Wow.
it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're the
Yeah,
boy
yeah,
there.
Yeah, now you look
Nobody in
handsome
the
more.
world has more doppelgangers than this cat right here.
Really? Why do you think that is?
Because I look like
He's
fucking,
ugly.
I look like no one. I look like nothing.
There is some distinct shit.
I'm just like an animorph
Let's-
blob. That's
We gotta
fucking-
get the classic hits. We call it the
Hey, I
Feitelverse
saw
now.
your guys' doppelgang. Whoever somebody posted something last week, and there's like 4 of you.
Oh yeah, the Dave Portnoy show had that
that
one.
shit was
Dude, that's
so spot
that,
on.
that
Like,
was the
it's incredible.
Condomad. That was the Condomad.
Hold
the,
up, I wanna
the
see that.
German Condomad.
That one is crazy.
That one's the one
What
that
are
looks
you
the
trying
most
to
like
say?
me.
German.
I'm trying to say Dysmobia.
Dysmobia.
This cat looks exactly.
It's
Like
dude. It
it.
looks a
Where they had
lot.
like 4
I
people
mean,
out there.
that's Feitelberg, bro.
It's
That's just
wild.
some German dude doing a Durex ad. That is fucking Feitelberg.
Yeah, dude, you got that Eastern European, Irish, like.
I
you
got
got it all.
fucking bro.
If
The
you're
one.
white, you look like
There it
you.
is.
There's if you're white, you look like me. Unless you're Sammy Watkins, in which case you also look like me.
Yeah, he's a white Sammy Watkins.
Really?
The Portnoy one was crazy.
the
Dave Portnoy, the Big Cat one spot on. Hank was spot on. Fucking
oh, I forgot about
Roan
that
was
dude.
hilarious.
Hey, go to the top real
Look
quick.
at Roan's.
Hey, that's a tough.
Oh,
Yeah, he's-
That's
Wait,
a tough.
Did they have the Roan one where
Yeah.
like
Riggs'
Amelia
airline
Earhart or whatever?
there?
Yeah,
Roan's
yeah.
hilarious.
Baseball
Can you
player.
scroll down. That one at the
It's
bottom.
so cropped. Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
Bro, look at that
was
one.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
There is the one of the embarrassing parts of mine.
Who is that?
She's like, so, I think it was.
It's the League of Their Own chick. It's Dottie
Yeah.
Henson from
Yeah,
League of Their
yeah.
Own.
Oh my
The,
god, that's hilarious.
Hey, Roan is super talented, by the way.
dude, he's the man.
Crazy talented.
I want to be him when I grow up, man.
He's
I can't believe I can't find. Do we have some of his good ones, Nick?
the worst one of me, or the one that's the one of
the girl,
back there
the
working.
the one I feel the worst. No,
Illinois.
she's
Illinois.
Illinois girl. This
Oh,
Illinois.
this is the one. Yeah, like this poor girl.
Dude, this I feel so awful for this girl. Because people vote.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like that one. That's the one that looks the most like me.
And this cat, the guy with the hat, he's a new one. He's like a diehard one.
That's
is
a tough one.
That's more tough for her than.
That's more tough for her. That's the kind of girl that goes to the bar, like tries to put out and gets shut down. That's a tough fucking gig.
Do I want to fuck Feitelberg tonight? I don't know.
She's not a bus with the boys. Don't show her a picture.
That girl needs to like.
Don't show her fucking
Don't show her a picture. I feel
Everybody knows
terrible.
about
I feel awful. I just said that,
You're gonna
dude.
bring it up.
You know those girls though, that are a little thicker, a little more manly looking, and they're like down immediately, and you're like,
And if you don't pick them, they're ready to cock block. Because you're trying to get on her friends.
Yeah, 100%. You're waiting for your buddy to take that straight bullet.
I'll speak into the camera, those ladies. What's up? I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. These fellas over here speaking for themselves. If I catch you on Broadway tonight,
Somebody's gonna love them. Somebody's gonna love them.
dude, I've had not too many ladies like that, but a couple. And I've told a story of one
to have some of those.
when I was younger, where like I picked up her leg to put it on my shoulder, and I played hockey when I was younger, and I was like, I swear to God, I felt like I was picking up my hockey bag. Like I was like,
Was that like
like lift with the legs, baby.
was that out of want or necessity that you chose to take that woman
I
home?
was out of fucking beers, baby.
Yeah.
Beer goggles, going hog hunting, that type of thing.
Cow tipping at nighttime.
Bro,
That is so mean to say.
that's so the thing is, like, I would hear from my buddies all the time in college, and this is actually one game I did not partake in. Was like they would say who could bring the biggest girl home,
Yeah.
and they'd have I
get
25 girls.
but that's like I've gladly
Bro,
lose that game.
I've heard of these games. I've never
You've been a part of
partaken.
that?
No. But I'm thinking of a chick that like some of the football players would bring home. They'd call her Flipper.
Oh.
Yes, bro. And they would just take turns. They call her Flipper, bro.
Why?
You'd be sitting in the living room eating pizza. Somebody'd come in and tap one of the boys in. Quincy and I would sit there. Quincy and Nan would shout.
I never got that either. I wasn't a fan of that.
What? The devil's threesome?
Well, just yes, but also when it's even more than that, when it's like you're next, like that's a weird thing to me. Like,
By the fifth turn, she's just kind of there, like sweating.
How sweaty is everybody right
Fluids
now?
are everywhere.
that story.
I'm doing a Bussin' with the Boys episode. I'm sweating my ass off.
Yeah.
That story about the girl who.
Comparatively.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna bail on the shirt. I'm usually pretty quick to bail on the shirt.
Oh,
the
hey, what do you got? Pop buttons.
I didn't know
Yeah.
it. Snap
I
buttons.
fucking dressed up for you fellas,
Yeah,
man.
you did, man. Yeah, no, that story about the chick who fucked everybody on the Suns like last year.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know.
Weird flex.
Yeah,
That's a weird deal. That's a weird
The
deal.
weirdest thing is the seventh guy. He just wanted to make out with her.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Oh, dude. The guy's like, what? He's like, just give me a big kiss.
Can we kiss? That's so funny.
I can't get over right now. Make out with me for a little
What
bit.
pod was that on that she was talking about that?
No jumper.
Selena
You
Powell.
pull her up.
She's got a lot of makeup, bro.
Yeah. No, I've checked out her OnlyFans. She can get it done.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for real.
Disagree.
For real.
I thought she was rather.
Okay,
Lackluster in the
stop
sack.
fucking
I'm
bullshit,
actually,
dude. You put a quarter in.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I thought she would have been like freaky deaky. You're seeing some shit you've never seen before.
Oh,
she was like,
I see what you're talking about.
Oh, I
I
actually
you meant you wouldn't hit.
Bro, I fucking whoever, whatever.
Whole Suns team.
Yeah.
Said whoever,
Maybe not after the whole Suns team. I'm like, I'm not gonna be.
Imagine being without social media and people don't know. Like people back in the day used to go fuck the entire Boston Celtics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was great.
Imagine, and then
You know, those
imagine
whole
marrying that
paradise-
girl.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Imagine having to
that's
be
not
at that.
great,
Like
but-
you show up and it's like, hey, this is Christina,
And the
you're like,
whole
hey,
locker
I think
rooms.
I've met you before.
think I've been
And
inside
then one of
with
your
my
buddies
friends.
gives you that fucking bump. It's like, hey, that's the girl we all tagged. And he's sitting up there saying his I do's. What a
Yeah, but almost
dude.
isn't it almost like ignorance is bliss? Like we live in this world now. You can leave it there, babe. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit.
nice.
I'm also gonna say something. I'm sorry to interrupt
You
real
guys trying
quick.
to outdo us?
I'm gonna do it. I've been eyeing it for a while. There's a water down here. It's half drink. I'm gonna drink it.
There you go.
Don't know where
I'm literally
I'm surprised you made it this long.
I'm drinking it.
Oh man.
That's
What
awesome.
are we
dude.
talking about?
Oh, but like,
Wearing masks on there for a meeting. Guess what? I'm drinking random water.
Like a town bicycle type girl that everyone like kind of marries.
but yeah, like somebody marries
Oh, ignorance is
everybody,
bliss.
right? And like
Yeah.
because of social media, you know these things, or you stay connected. Like you used to fuck somebody or date somebody, and you break up, and then they're like fucking gone. But now you continue to follow her, and you see her marriage pictures and her baby pictures, and you're like, that girl who like we fucked in the porta potty
Yeah.
at Preakness. And it's like nobody needs to know. Nobody.
Yeah, he's the
Like nobody needs to know. You know, everybody does their dirt. Everyone has their wild times and their mistakes and shit. But social media keeps you all connected, and you can see it and you can talk about it. It's like I can message you and be like, "Oh, that girl. Guess what I did to her?" And it's like I should never even have that opportunity to blow up because you fell in love with that girl for whatever reason.
I know.
And it's like he doesn't know. I remember, man. This was, I guess this wasn't social media related, but my freshman year roommate, who I got paired up with, ended up being like my best friend ever. And he ends. You're a work friend, babe. It's fine.
You're a work demoted to a work friend.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I just saw the. But there was a girl from my high school who also went to college with us. And he came home one day, it's like first semester, and he's like, I'm like, this girl, man, like, I love her. You got to meet this girl that I met. She is a 10. She's this, she's that.
Oh,
and we end up, like, I meet her for the first time, and I was like, oh my God, like, let me tell you some stories about her from high school. And they were just filthy stories in the woods, people doing god awful things to her. And I remember I was like, do I tell him or do I not? Like, because he seemed to like love this girl.
Yeah.
But I was like, I think I got to tell him. And I give him the scoop, and he got like real quiet, and he was like, boy, I wish I didn't know that.
Dude,
So hindsight,
But he was like, I know you had to tell me, but like, it was more like, I just wish that wasn't the case.
Bro.
I just wish this wasn't reality.
I
Matt.
would
Like,
never say nothing, not
Really?
never.
But also,
No.
I do remember being like, I don't think she was also. I don't care if you fuck around and you do some crazy things. I think she was kind of like a sketchier chick.
Whatever that
too.
is, sure.
It's a beer, I think.
No, I'm gonna drink this.
Okay.
It's cold, man.
I was like,
Is that
oh,
Arizona?
okay.
Is that
Yeah,
Arizona?
green
I
tea.
think?
A little green tea.
Okay. Okay.
Here's Jack. Thank you.
Yeah, would you tell your boy? I mean, you did. Did they stay together?
Mine was a little more like and I was right because they ended up still dating each other and they were like a horrible toxic relationship that I was like it was more like you should stay away from this chick and also maybe to enforce it. Like, let me tell you some of the things she's done, like things that happened to her face in the woods. It was crazy. But yeah, I don't think I would tell anybody.
What happened to her face in the woods? Was that Friday the 13th movie? Jesus Christ.
They had their bare knuckle brawling matches.
I don't think I would tell.
Like Rocky did.
I don't think I would just tell you like, hey, this girl you like has. It's like, yeah, she's had sex with somebody before, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, guess what? We've all done disgusting shit before. Why do I have to blow this girl up behind her
Would you
back?
tell your boy?
I don't think so. I mean, there's obviously a level to it, but I think no. I'm a big like that's not my business. I'm
Huge.
Mm.
Stay out of it. You know.
I'm a big like,
Especially with relationships, you never know, man. We confronted,
and
not
also
confronted,
because I wouldn't want to know. So
Yes.
I usually do what I would want done to me, as Jesus taught us. And the golden rule. I'm like, I wouldn't fucking want to know that shit.
Right.
So I'll shut my mouth
After
here.
Easter too. Nice pull, dude.
I knew a guy who I was kind of like a part of their crew, but him and his like real close friends confronted him and told him, your girl has been cheating like prolifically on you, and he like kind of knew already and whatever, like was okay with it or didn't think he didn't want to break up with her or whatever. And he was kind of like mad because he was like, now you guys know that I know, and if I let this continue on, you guys think I'm like a chump.
Yeah.
And I would have rather continued where like you guys stayed out of my shit and I did what I wanted to do with my relationship. But now it's like I didn't, for whatever reason, he didn't mind that he was getting cheated on, but he does mind all of his boys knowing and clowning him and talking about it.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like, now you
ego.
guys brought it up.
That's
Yeah.
his ego.
Yeah.
Ego, yeah.
Would you tell?
I think I would start no. If the situation's like you explained, like if Taylor was like, yeah, I met this chick, she's a 10, she's this, she's that, she's awesome, she's cool. And if we're all hanging out and stuff and if everything's all jiving, I just see the boy really likes her, I probably wouldn't tell. Now, if they had something that goes on or happens,
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, he's kind of questioning her or
Right.
they're in an
There's
argument
other
or
reasons
something.
on top of it
there's other
too.
reasons.
Yeah.
Then I think I might tell.
Right. Just as a little
I
incentive, a
think
little
that's
push
how
on
I
the
might
edge.
handle it. 'Cause
Yeah, I think that's fair.
if they end up blossoming and it ends up being awesome and my man's happy,
Mhm.
like, then that's really all that matters, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking
Yes.
the same thing. It does suck when people know.
Yes.
That's fucking.
It's a lot of
you want to be
people-
one of the boys. Like you want to be one of the boys.
Mm.
And if you like really like somebody, and then something happens, right? And you're sitting around them, you're like, yeah, I don't want to look like a bitch being around them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is
Right.
ego. A lot of people are always like, just don't embarrass me. Like, I don't want, people to know whatever it may be. Just don't embarrass. But when everyone's embarrassed, it's tough to
But I
like.
could see somebody telling you from the jump because it's like, there's like an unspoken bro code.
I've had that happen
Some
to
dude
me.
might think that they're
Yeah, somebody told
some
you.
dude might think that like I need to tell him, not thinking about everything.
Yeah. Were you happy about it?
You had somebody tell
it
you.
hurt. It hurt because there was a DB on my team at Michigan, and I started dating this
College
girl.
is hard. College football team's hard.
College
I feel
football
like.
team's
And
hard.
It was just you. He was just telling you who else she slept with, or like
no, so like
something
I
about
was
her.
dating her, and it was kind of like we weren't really talking, like telling people. It was kind of like, oh, we're kind of figuring it out. Yeah, I'll be your boyfriend. Blah blah blah.
You were into her.
That type of thing. Yeah, I was into her,
Yeah.
and obviously I know this dude. Not only playing with him, but I've seen this dude in the shower, so I know exactly what the fuck he's packing. And I'm gonna give you a little spoiler alert. It was a piece. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
And this dude, I'm not gonna say her name because we're actually low-key still friends to this day. And he goes, "Oh, you're dating so and so?" I go, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "Oh, I had that girl taking my trash out." I was like, "Oh, bro, it was fucking." He told me that. He told me that.
Dude,
Bro,
I am so sorry that happened to you. On behalf of like the world, like I'm just so sorry.
I've never heard that
happened.
phrase, and bro, I wish I had it.
taking my trash
Feitelberg
out.
is dying of thirst, and Will's just spilling all over. Grab some waters while you're out there.
I thought that was sweat. I kind of just looked in this dude's eyes like,
Yeah, me taking my trash.
yeah, okay. I'll be right back. And I grab my phone, I call her, I'm like, and I get mad at her.
Yeah.
But she didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Like, you know,
All right,
I'm
absolutely.
yelling at her. Oh,
You had sex with somebody before me? What are you doing? Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I actually do. I don't know. There might be a little bit of a responsibility if you're gonna date someone. It's like, just so you know, a teammate on your team. I have history with them.
Yeah.
She was just hoping to.
You hear
Stay by on that,
in the
you
locker
know?
room, you hear dudes talking about that stuff all the time.
I'm sure. I mean,
And
in
it's
a
like,
college,
hey,
in a college team,
yeah.
there's got to be a lot of overlap, right?
On a college team for sure, but even in the NFL.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
hey,
right,
I didn't know you were with her type talk conversations
right,
right next to each other. And I'm like, damn,
Shit.
I do not
Like a
miss
big
being
daddy
single
situation.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's
you know
gotta
what I'm
be.
saying?
I mean, being single and having like a high profile lifestyle. We talk about this a lot on our show too. Like the pre social media, pre internet, where things were like, even forget about dating and sex, like just hanging out, having a good time. You could drink, do drugs, whatever you were interested in. Like, there was no worry. And now it's like you can't do anything. Everybody knows everybody's business.
Imagine going back in time though, and I bet those people doing drinking, drugs, all that stuff were still kind of paranoid. Like, what if somebody finds out?
There's always a
Like,
level
you
of
go back and be like, hey, if you only know what's gonna happen in 20 years, buddy.
You were worried. You're worried about like one person from your town walking in and seeing you and gossiping to like
Right.
at church or some shit, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was what freaked you out. Imagine them. in
I
this
gotta
life.
say, in the little experience I have of it's athletes speaking of 20 years ago, we had Rodman on the show, and he's
Oh my
an
God.
extreme case. Obviously.
Rodman is a
It
Yeah.
did not
alien.
seem like they had any cares at all about being found out. He was telling a story. I was thinking about this earlier when we were talking about like, oh, you don't know who you marry and all that shit. When he was saying that after practice, they'd go to some hotel bar and there would be guys there with their wives being like, yo, will you take her upstairs and fuck her?
Yeah.
And-
Whoa, what?
yeah, like,
I
and Ron
remember
would be like, I'd grab like 3 guys' wives, I'd go upstairs, I'd fuck them, I'd send them back down to their husband. It was loose, dude.
Look at
I
this
remember
fucking
thinking,
dude.
I truly, genuinely, to this day, I still think the last person on the planet Earth I would want to fuck my girl is Dennis Rodman. If I had to make a list of like the actual individuals, I think
What
he's
about
the last
Magic
one.
I mean, that's probably a harder one, right?
Show, by the way, I don't
Just
want
off
to
the top of my head, that was probably number one.
I'll be honest, whatever the worms got going on through his blood might be fucking. Dude, he fucked a horse, right?
Dude, we sat
fucked a
down.
horse?
No,
No, but-
we sat down for the
but he
interview.
almost did, I think.
He was already in the studio.
It's okay to almost fuck a horse. It's not okay to fuck a horse. You know what I'm saying?
We come in, he's already sitting there. We both sit down. We're like, I don't even know if we got hi, nice to meet you's out. And he just goes, you ever been to a horse show? And we were like,
Oh my
what? He's
God.
Like,
A
"You ever
horse?
seen a lady
Tijuana?
fuck a horse? No, in fact, in the Pacific Northwest in America, there's a lot of them.
Seattle?
Like, he's like, bro, I'll get you a list.
He was like, I'll get you a horse by
He's got
2:30.
all the spots.
It was crazy,
Dennis
man.
has got it taken care of.
I
If
was
you need a
stunned
horse guy,
when I found out.
horse girl,
on the
You wanna go to a
bar
stud
after
farm?
practice.
What's
I
that?
had I had a teammate in Washington who these white dudes would they'd
Fucking
be
white people.
swingers, right? Swinger couples, swinger families. These white dudes would have my teammate over, and he would sit there and fuck their wives, bro, while they watched.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to God.
Ticket holders?
Cuck?
I don't know.
Dude, yeah, honestly,
Is that the definition of being a cuck?
In Washington, if you have a white rock or a white stone sitting out in your front yard,
Right.
that means you're a swinger. That
we
means
heard
you're
Adirondack chairs,
He'd be over.
I
he'd
heard
be over in
the
there
garage
watching.
door
They'd
being
sit in the room
open
and watch
a little bit,
Just
just like a foot
I
open.
like that one. Like
That's a
we're open
thing.
for business. You can get
Yeah.
in.
I heard
The-
there's some
the
towns in
fact that-
Massachusetts, like if you keep your car keys on the left on the bar, there's all kinds of signals. Apparently, we know all of them.
Well, that's my
Are
point.
We, do we
that
all
the-
fuck wives on this
I
bus?
think the same way that like foot fetishes seem to be like par for the course now.
Which I really wish I had, but keep going.
I think like we know so much about swinging these signals and shit.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more swingers than we realize. I think that's a bigger thing.
You think so?
Like I think if you know all the details of a fetish or a kink, that it means that there's so much that it's like not underground anymore. I think there's a lot of dudes out there just like watching their girl get fucked and vice versa.
That's Luke Pineapple's
okay,
on
Be
there.
out there none. Yeah, what you experience, JP?
The fact that we know about Adirondack chairs and pineapples,
None of
and
y'all's
keys
business.
and-
Pineapple garden gnome.
Someone who's done it, and yes, I have.
Pampas grass?
looking in the mirror every day, bro.
Yeah, but I remember when I heard that story, I was fucking throwing for a loop. I was like, "Are you serious?" We'd sit up in special teams, and he'd either show me photos or tell me a story. And that was.
But
the
he
story
would be the
when-
one fucking them, right?
Yeah,
He's not the one watching.
yeah.
He was not the one watching. Although, it's kind of all of it's a weird deal.
I mean, if you think about it, you like watching porn, right? You like watching some girl
Right.
get banged. If you are cool with it, like I guess the ultimate would be like I'm watching my girl do porn. If you're cool, if you're secure with it,
yeah.
I would not
Right,
be.
right, right, right.
I would.
That's a path I'm not
I
willing to
feel
walk
like-
But you
down.
know what? I'm more. It's just like my own insecurity about it. I mean, it'd probably
Yeah.
be cool to watch you fuck around. That's awesome, but I don't want you to do it. 'Cause I'm gonna be jealous of it. You know,
Right,
what I mean?
100%.
But it's
Your relationship is probably not going to work out.
yeah.
My-
or
or
you
it's
gotta be.
always absolutely
Or if
gonna
you are
work out.
both, if you both remove
I
your ego
don't
so
know, 'cause
much,
I feel
to
like,
where-
I think
it's
it's the
opening
next
Pandora's box.
level.
Right, you keep doing new things.
Yeah.
Hey, let's try it. Okay, we did it. Okay, let's try this now. Let's try that now. And finally, you're in fucking gimp outfits in a
Yeah.
room full of 50 people,
it's scary.
wondering who's in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's not fucking worth it, dude. That is a
You got
That's
like
a
that.
tough-
You should save some of the regular taboo stuff
yeah.
for down the road. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You got to
Let's
wait
keep that
until
one in the back
shit's
pocket.
fizzling hard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't just be
Right.
like, I'm a little bored. It's like, okay, just do reverse cowgirl for a second. You know what I'm saying? Where that can fix it.
Pace yourself. It's
Yeah,
a
pace
marathon,
yourself.
not a
It's a
sprint.
marathon.
you
Yeah,
know?
it's like
And that's how you make it in marriage. Fucking doing that,
In
dude.
30 Rock,
Not
there's
knowing
like a
who's in
character,
your mouth.
Jenna Maroney, who's so like fucking weird that towards the like she's constantly doing. She ends up fucking a drag version of herself, and they end up like start dating and falling in love and constantly doing all kinds of weird
How
shit.
egotistical is that?
yeah,
You fucking fell in
That's
love
the
with
last
yourself.
thing I would
She's a
date.
Yeah.
crazy egotistical character
That's
from the
not
jump.
me.
And at the end they fall in love and they start trying to do a real relationship, and they like have they fall asleep on the couch together, and then they were like, "Are we? Oh, babe, I think we're doing it. We're fucking normaling." And that's like the
Becoming-
weirdest thing they could do is like
Just be normal.
They go to shopping malls together and they take naps on the couch together. So
Yeah.
I think if you start too extreme, you just work backwards.
It's a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, you just end up being on the couch, not fucking.
Eventually. Not fucking. No. It is cool when those relationships start off, though, pretty crazy. Yeah, there's probably no better feeling than that first few times.
The early stages.
Holy
like, oh my
shit,
god.
dude. You just meet them and you're like, hey, what are we doing? And you kind of go
Mhm.
back, you're playing
Hey,
the
what are we
limbo
doing?
dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're playing
Hey,
fucking Pornhub
You're
roulette.
like in
Is what we're
that,
doing.
you're like in that mode with that girl, like,
Putting
how am I
stuff in
gonna
each other's asses?
How am I
That's what
gonna
we're
trick
doing.
you? You know what I'm saying?
For
You know
whatever
what I'm
reason.
saying? It's like, how am I gonna trick you into thinking I'm a good enough dude to sleep with?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
The beginning
saying?
is always that. Like,
And then you're getting
the
wild
greatest
and,
feeling in
and
the
you're
world.
pulling out 2 rounds of yourself, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking beast."
I'm like this.
And knowing it's short lived,
Yeah.
but you're like, "Yeah, I'm
You're
pulling
doing
this off."
movie stuff.
Yeah.
You're moving.
my man, that early 2000s rock and roll going.
Yeah.
Hey, first round is tough though. If you're really
Low
into
key,
them.
you go wank it in the bathroom before. Be like, I'm about to give this thing a marathon.
Yeah, I feel you.
You've done that?
In the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
You've
At a
to
bar?
completion? Wait, in a bar? I thought you meant like at your. You've met a girl, gone to the bar
I
in
think
the
I'm already taking
bathroom,
myself a hole right now. But
jerked
go
off,
ahead.
came, and then went home and fucked her.
So
You should be on a list, bro.
this hasn't. Hold on. This has like when I was like in college and I was like texting somebody or whatever, and I knew like this might
Going down.
This might happen. This
Yeah.
is a strong possibility. But for the first time, we're gonna imprint on each
Become
other.
one. We're gonna
We're
share one
gonna,
heart.
Yeah.
we're gonna do this thing. Yeah, like if it's like 2 in the afternoon, we're not going out till 8. I would absolutely go crank before.
But you know what the problem with that is what I would do the same thing. Say we're getting a little hot and heavy in the text game, right? And she's sending the pictures like,
Ooh, I think I'm with you, Fights.
This is what you get. No, I don't think you're gonna be with me, bro. And you don't want to be there. And she'd be like, we're doing this, blah blah blah, and I'd be like, fuck, god damn, she's hot. I can't wait for this. And I'd crank too.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I don't know. Friday Night Lights is on tonight. I might.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's why I never would do it because I know how my post nut clarity
I
is.
had to stop, dude.
Like if I get the post nut, if the post nut once the post nut clarity comes, I'm like, oh, I don't got to hit me.
No, I got like a.
Tonight, I'm good.
I'm in the car right now.
Especially
Fuck,
the worst is the post nut clarity after you've been talking a big game where you're like,
Monster game.
I said things that I couldn't do in any lifetime, and now I'm like, no.
Bro, I've read erotica to like get up my sex game, and I say things, man, that I'll fucking
put that on a quote. I've read erotica.
I've been like, bro, I'll fucking come in, I'll turn you inside out, and guess what? You're coming in, I'm coming in, you're getting 6 pumps missionary, and I'm going to sleep.
No shit.
But I feel like people should. I think most reasonable people know that what you're saying in sexting and what's going to happen, there's going to be a gap between what really happens and what.
Kind of scary though. Yeah.
Versus the movie.
Yeah.
Right, here's the trailer. This shit looks.
It's all the
dope.
highlights.
Yeah,
Movie.
Yes.
There's a lot of bad parts in
I'll
it.
give you, the first, it's like the extra like 45 minutes of Wedding Crashers. That's like, oh my god.
Whoa, hang on now.
I disagree with that.
I kind of just laughed there.
I'm not here for. I'm not here
What
for
part? What 45 minutes of Wedding Crashers isn't great?
Like the last 45 minutes. There's Wedding
You have a
Crashers.
threesome with those Brazilian twins from the game, like that part. That's fucking
Wedding
hilarious.
Crashers is a comedy for like 30 minutes, and the rest is like a romantic movie about.
We are not about to
Wedding
fight the Wedding
Crashers.
Crashers.
On the boat and everything, and then we go to the funeral. The funeral part's funny, but it's also like, holy shit, I forgot we have another like 30 minutes of where we got to crash the funerals.
The
It's
first
way too long.
45 are
It's way too
definitely
long.
funnier than the rest, but the rest
By
is
a
still great.
mile.
It's still great.
No.
I think you're
No.
totally off. I think
No.
you're totally off on Wedding Crashers. One movie you could say that about is Anchorman 2. When he goes blind,
I agree with
and
that.
the next
I
45 minutes,
agree.
of that, you're just
I
like,
think
we
you
could
could
know
probably
this.
say that about Anchorman too.
With the shark and stuff. Yeah, what are we
I
doing?
gotta tell you, but I don't remember Anchorman 2 well enough to criticize it.
I think the entirety of Anchorman 2, you could probably say that about. Whatever.
Anchorman 2
no, I think Anchorman 2's got great parts.
How many times have you watched Anchorman 2?
Probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, you watch it quite a bit, but I feel like
3 or 4 are too many times.
like Taylor's probably the same job as me.
You fly a
When
lot, so I
Anchorman
guess
2 came
it's-
out, it was like this is the best movie that's going to come out. And you sit and watch it, and you're like, they were kind of forced.
There was a run with Will Ferrell.
The fight in the park, the second fight, like
I don't even know what you guys are talking about
I
anymore.
liked it.
That's the one where
Did you
Drake
really?
and
Yeah,
Kanye
dude.
come in.
I don't think I've ever seen that. As a
Yeah,
matter of fact,
yeah.
hey, but have you done a 1 minute man on your fucking Wedding Crasher take?
I haven't. There hasn't been
you
much of a
get
reason.
murdered.
Okay, I'll go
Well,
do it.
I think you'll actually get a pulse of
I
Anchorman.
think that
or,
there's
Wedding
way more
Crashers.
people than you guys realize who agree with me.
I think
No, I
think
disagree.
he's right. I think there is.
I'm not saying
I
you
think
guys
Wedding Crashers
probably-
could have been an hour longer if it wanted to be.
It's, I'm with you, but there is
been an
there's
hour.
a good faction on the internet that does think like, excuse me, that Wedding Crashers is too long.
Because in that era, this is
No.
why I think Old School is like the funniest movie ever because it's an hour and a half.
When you ride the Valkyrie.
This is it. This is comedic genius.
That should be our jingle.
I'll do it again for another minute. But okay, so what part?
Like
would you
Anchorman,
cut?
like Old School to me is 90 minutes and there's no fucking fluff. There's no nonsense. It's funny, laugh out loud funny, like from beginning to end. And I think Wedding Crashers became like a rom com. It becomes like a rom com instead of.
But I don't think rom-com's a disrespectful thing to say.
No, but I don't either. I love rom coms.
Top tier.
But I think
Top
that
tier.
there are com-roms and I
goodness.
think there are rom-coms. And I think that that era was a lot of comedy movies and then some com-roms, but this one went full-blown rom-com.
I think it's a com-rom. I think something like Fool's Gold is a nice rom-com.
Yes,
but
you
laugh,
do.
enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So
Like
like
the whole time. Oh, how do my favorite
Stay at
rom-com?
home for after you get that post nut clarity.
Yeah.
Fool's goals on it. I'm gonna watch.
My favorite one.
Fool's Gold, Crazy Stupid Love, also phenomenal.
No,
We
Crazy
can
Stupid
do
Love.
another
I think
3 hours on
I
rom-coms.
think in calling Crazy Stupid Love a rom com is almost disrespectful. That's just a beautiful masterpiece of a movie.
Yeah.
We're doing family. We're doing love.
Real words.
No, I almost think it's above rom com.
In that movie too, it's
Yeah, like
really
it's,
good.
It's like some deep shit. I think rom coms are great. I
There's
think
also the not statutory rape, the pedophilia in it, I guess.
Well,
What
hang on.
Oh,
What are we
yeah,
talking
with
about?
Pharrell and the girl.
No,
With the girls in
with
the
the
Steve Bro.
daughter and the kid.
Oh, the babysitter, the sister, and the brother.
little
the young boy,
little
yeah.
girl
It's
and
not
the-
it's the P
No,
word's
I
a
think
little
she's
hard.
17.
P word's a little hard,
hard.
sure.
P word
But
is
we wouldn't be
fucking
saying that
hard.
if it was flipped.
Dude,
You're right.
Yeah, that is a true statement.
But I think rom-coms are great. I think How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is the pinnacle.
Oh, that's
I
a
think,
good one,
I think
too.
Fool's
Good
Gold,
one.
Ghost of Christmas Past. There's a bunch of them. But
Really anything with McConaughey in it, right? Owns them. And he would hate to hear that
All
too.
right,
Hate
all right,
to
all
hear
right.
that.
But I think he'd know it because he knows that's why he was like, I'm done doing this. I'm
he
gonna
went on.
I'm gonna get AIDS and do True Detective.
if he didn't win his,
It was good.
Interstellar.
Interstellar, average movie.
I love
Buddy,
it,
you
bro.
gotta watch
I watch every space movie like ever. Oh, I watched the worst one in the world. New movie, Moonfall, is the worst motion picture you'll ever set your eyes on.
Really?
It is a catastrophe of a movie, and
think
I
I saw you
love
say that.
all of that shit. I can watch any space movie, and
Is Interstellar your favorite one?
probably. I mean, to be honest, like Apollo 13 would probably be my favorite, but that's just like a real fucking story.
Yeah.
That was real ass life. So I think that one's like the best. But as far as like sci-fi type space movies, it's probably Interstellar off the top of my head.
The Interstellar, the scene where he's crying, looking at his kids. He did an interview on that.
Brutal.
So he did that in like the first take. Like they go in, they usually talk about what they're gonna do, and I guess he handed a note to the director and said, "We're doing it right now." Like, cause I guess he had
knew he had it in him.
he had it in him, and he was like, "I just got to do this raw and organic." So he was seeing the take they took was him seeing that footage for the first time.
Wow.
Low key goosebumps when I was just telling that story. I'm be
yeah,
honest with you.
yeah,
Well,
bro.
we were talking about it before. You were asking me. I was crying listening to a podcast today.
Yeah.
Listening to Bert and Tom doing Two Bears, and they were telling some story about Bert once. Like it was some gift that he was giving out money, being the generous guy that he is to these people. And he said, "What are you going to spend the money on?" And this guy said, I wasn't able to throw my daughter a birthday party, but now I'll be able to. And now I'll be able to be the father that she thinks I am."
Oh,
And Bert has always said on his shows that he's been traveling so much for like the last 20 whatever years that there's a lot of times he missed family moments and feels like guilty about it. So he starts getting choked up. And Segura starts getting choked up. And then it was like silent for like 30 full seconds on the podcast to the point that I thought like my phone was broken. And I realized they were crying. And then all of a sudden I'm fucking crying listening to a goddamn Two Bears, One Cave podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, this shit is getting deep, man. This is getting deep, dude.
it's
But that-
crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another ad read. A lot of people don't like them, but we got to do them anyway, baby. Make sure you please subscribe and rate 5 stars on this YouTube, on this audio, whatever you're choosing to watch or listen to. It really means a lot every single time you guys do it. Here we're going to talk about a little bit of Roman, right? If you feel like you come up a little short in the bedroom sometimes, it's perfectly okay. But if it's bothering you, there are options. Go to getroman.com/bussinboys now. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation for ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to make the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to getroman.com/bussinboys and complete the online visit. Go to getroman.com/bussinboys to get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. And back to the slideshow show. It's crazy becoming a father and like some things will just catch you like that.
Like that, dude.
Like
I'm
fucking
such a
that.
pussy now about
Oh my
anything.
God.
Especially I got a daughter, so anything that's like father-daughter,
Yeah.
forget about it, man.
I'm watching all the Harry Potter movies right now.
Mhm.
And I'm fucking, and Harry, when he's standing in front of the mirror and sees his parents
I don't know.
behind him, you don't watch it. I'll look over here.
Yeah.
You know when he's looking in the
yeah.
mirror and
Look
he
at
sees
me
his
too.
parents, and
Yeah.
he's looking in the mirror and he sees his
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
Man, behind him. Yeah. Give this fucking guy water.
Yeah.
That shit is. You look in the mirror. You're looking with him in the mirror. You're like, God, man.
Oh, his parents are dead.
I need to be a better parent.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Hey, you should really watch those.
You don't even know the
I've
basis
been-
of the movie.
Yeah, I've been live tweeting my.
Where are you at? What movie are you?
I remember
The
now.
book. Sorry, the
I
book.
think you've been going through some.
I've been going
hardships.
fucking
I
through
know,
it.
I-
Dobby, when Dobby
Buddy,
died,
buddy.
holy shit,
Dumbledore?
yeah. This is Harry. This
Dumbledore?
is the first movie, right? The first or the second movie? It looks like
Prisoner
the
of
first.
Azkaban.
No, this is either.
Philosopher's
Uh,
Stone.
yeah, the Sorcerer's Stone. So this mirror shows you what you want the most in life. And he looks in the mirror and he sees his parents.
Oh,
Oh,
And the end of this movie
Bro.
is basically the only way to get the Sorcerer's Stone is to not have any intent to use it because the Sorcerer's Stone gives you like
Got it,
immunity and
got
lets you live
it.
forever.
Yeah, this is something that if I watched it when it
forgot
came
that's
out.
what it is. That it shows you what you want the most.
I've been
It's
literally watching
parents.
every night these movies.
So if I watched that when it came out, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, whatever, cute scene. If I watched this now, I would be like,
Yes, 100%. And these movies, and not to get on a Harry Potter like train here, but like when you watch them, it's like a symbol of life watching these 7 movies because the beginning and they're all young and they're having a good time and it's all good fun. Like there's dangerous shit happening, but there's a light around like the camera angles and how much the light they're putting into it. You get towards the end of these fuckers. I'm on the last one, Deathly Hallows Part 2. And I've already watched about 20, 30 minutes of that fucker. And let me tell you, heart's been beating the whole time. I'm about 120.
You're watching this movie in like 20-minute pieces?
No, so I watched a little bit this morning. All right. I'm into it now. And I'm like live whenever I see it.
Don't you want to like set out 2.5 hours and watch that shit?
Yeah, but I got 2 kids.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I'm
hard
saying?
right
I'm
now.
not trying to cry like Segura and like I'm trying to like be there, and then they go to bed. I'm like, I gotta get up early. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard, bro. It's hard to
So
balance.
it's kind of like I section off time for me to do shit. But like as these movies get longer and longer, like you see the darkness and kind of like the real life shit. They're not real life shit, but like the issues that they deal with. It's crazy.
The kids grow from like kids to like adult actors,
adult.
right?
Which is why it's so sick. I also have a good Harry Potter question I want to talk about with you
I
afterwards.
cannot wait.
I love that after the movie when it all ended, they all were like, no.
Whoa,
I'm
what
not gonna say the movie. I'm saying what the actors did.
When Harry dies!
What the real life actors did after everything wrapped, where it was like, where like Emma Watson was like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to college, and then fucking Rupert Grint. What he did was the sickest. So then fucking Daniel Radcliffe just started doing dopest movies ever.
Wait,
like
Rupert Grint is the real name?
Rupert Grint's his real name.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That's Harry's real name
in the movie.
No, Harry's real name is Daniel Radcliffe, and he
Gotcha.
he just started doing weird movies instead of like this kind of stuff. Like he has one movie where he's just a dead body, and
Shit's weird.
Sorry, man. Yeah,
Shit's real weird.
but Rupert Grint got a fucking. He didn't act from after Harry Potter. He got a fucking ice cream truck and just drove the British countryside just because he's so fucking. He's like 20 years old and fucking rich as shit, and he was just like fucking.
All right, counterpoint. I think it's a little weird to be an adult man and be like, I'm gonna be an ice cream man for the children nowadays.
Weird, dude.
That kind of weirds me out a little
But
bit.
I think it's like he's like that's what I wanted to do, man.
That's
I wanted
what I
to
mean,
be
though.
an ice
That's
cream
the weirdest
truck
part,
guy.
though. That's a little bit bizarre.
How weird is that?
He's fulfilling his dream.
That was not a movie role. You sure about that?
I'm 100% positive. He didn't act. I believe I'm correct in
I
this.
think this is like when we say there's a rule that like if you're gonna be a coach of a team or you're gonna be involved with
Your
children,
kid's
you
not on
gotta
the
you gotta
team?
have your kid on the team. Otherwise, it's a little suspect.
Right.
But the
right.
Sign up for
And
like
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, so if you want to drive around town, have the kids chase you in your car,
but
P word's going off in my head.
P-word.
Blood ice cream truck.
Pushing a little too much.
That's what you loved about after all that.
I love that they were like, we're not gonna keep doing massive movies. Like we're just like they could have done any fucking movie they wanted to, and they were all like, I'm gonna go do what I want.
I don't know. You
I
kind of
think
get
they
put in
got
a box,
typecasted.
man.
Yeah. Like,
You gotta get out of that.
Every time I see Emma Watson, I'm like, hey, yeah, she's
Hermione, yeah.
glow up's nice, but it's Hermione.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, you're right.
Like,
But-
if you see
typecasting?
her, like it's perfect. Like in the movie Get Him to the Greek,
Typecasting?
when Jonah Hill is in that bar and he sees Draco Malfoy in the thing, and he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Slytherin, am I right? And the guy's like, can you just stop?
fuck
Like,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
literally what it is. to them.
Movies like that are for sure, like those mega iconic movies.
Right.
Especially when you're a kid. I feel like when you're a kid, people don't take you seriously when you get older.
Yeah.
But also, like if you're good, you kind of break out. I think people are more inclined, like McConaughey. I think people are more inclined to be like to give you a chance now than you did back then because there's streaming and different movies and shit like that. Because I feel like you can, Jim Halpert became Jack Ryan and people like they watch him be a fucking superhero now. And it's like I think as long as you can do good shit, you'll get a more of an honest chance, like a fair chance.
So you don't think
the audience.
Ron, Hermione, and Harry are good actors?
No, I
Like, you
do,
think
but
they-
like,
I mean,
well,
Jennifer
actually, I don't know.
Aniston,
I
bro.
don't-
Daniel Radcliffe, I think, is
Jennifer Aniston from Friends.
Rupert
Yeah,
Grant.
that's the only one. Like,
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I
next
also
time
think
you
that like,
see, what's her name? Who's
No,
the
Courtney
sister?
Cox also had
Courtney
what's his name?
Cox.
She-
Next time you see her, she's got a tit job in The Longest
Scream.
Yard.
Yeah, Longest
Oh,
Yard.
Scream. Yeah, you see her in
Scream,
Scream too.
Longest Yard.
Phenomenal movies, by the way. I can't believe I missed that.
mhm,
I
mhm.
love those movies.
The
The last one.
I did.
I have
Don't tell
not.
us. Don't tell
I
us.
have not. Don't tell us.
It's good.
wait,
though.
That's enough.
before we
Yeah,
that was
before we get too
perfect.
off track,
Spooktober.
Yeah.
I want to ask you. This is the Harry Potter question.
Oh
when we
yeah,
talked about on the show.
yeah.
Could the United States Army infiltrate Hogwarts?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
all the military forces. We'll say the Army, the Navy, the Marines, whatever you want.
I don't know. I forget a better.
Of course, I mean,
I think it'd be quite easy.
yeah.
I think it'd be quite easy.
yeah, using
I think
nukes.
they fucking
Are
show
you
up
trying
and
to break
run
through?
the show.
Like you're fucking gone, dude.
I think the
You know
magic.
what they want. Go ahead, fucking put that gun on me again. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I bought a
and
bunch of
then
Navy
I'm over it.
SEALs.
And then fucking-
I would
It's
love
over,
to,
dude.
Navy
I'm
SEAls on the
fucking in
microphones
this shit right now, bro.
Dude, you are fucking
Fucking hit me
General,
with the machine
General,
gun
they
again.
did the 5. What do we do next? The missiles didn't work.
What are you doing? We're just doing like this when we pull the triggers. There's nothing we can do. Hermione literally has a timepiece that can send her back in time. She can keep fighting you
Yeah, all
constantly.
right. So like, I think like Thanos, like a bad motherfucker with those powers, I think is a more formidable opponent than like a bunch of kids who, yes, they're magic, but they're like, I don't think they're down for fucking full scale war.
Dumbledore is.
Yeah, but Dumbledore's ready. The size of the military. Yeah, that's
It's overwhelming.
and they're
also-
infiltrate
numbers
They're
above
not
numbers.
Accurate with their
Azkaban.
magic. They
What are you
miss
talking
a lot.
about?
In Harry Potter,
When
they
they're
miss a lot with their
sprinting,
spells.
When they're sprinting,
When
but
they're
if I-
sprinting. Oh, you think the fucking SEAL Team 6 is gonna stay fucking still for you? No way.
I don't
Three
think-
steps.
Yeah,
Three
come on,
steps.
okay.
3 steps.
Perfect example. I'm on Deathly Hallows 2 right now. They just come up and they're mumbling gibberish. Putting up fucking blue lights into the air. Blue lights are just cruising. And they make this force field over. And you got hundreds of thousands. Yeah, Voldemort putting shit out there, dude. Fucking, and he can't even break into this shit. So you want to take a man-made bullet? I've seen cars fly in this movie, dude. I've seen half eagle, half fucking horses in this movie. I've seen
Bro, you ever seen
giant-
Moab drop?
I was gonna say, what do we do a
a
Moab
fucking
bomb?
Moab?
What's a
hit?
Moab?
Mother of all bombs. It's the closest thing to nuclear. It's the step below nuclear
They
bomb.
have Voldemort and all the bad guys. It could be tough.
It's done, dude.
Hey,
Oh, hey, what's that? It's a missile. I got it. Ah! And it's fucking done, dude. That thing is a fireworks show to them. Hey, here he gets on his broom. Guess what? Ah, done. It's out.
Oh, you swaying me.
Hey, SEAL Team 6 is coming in. They're in their submarines. Dumbledore literally knows everything that's going on. Oh, you're about to get me? Teleport, right? It's like fucking, there's no issue. They have a vanishing closet in that motherfucker. I put this water in here. It's in Europe right now. You know what I'm saying?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong though, because I don't know all the details. Hogwarts is a school for wizardry, right?
Witchcraft
You are-
and wizardry.
Okay, excuse me. So you are learning, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So just like any other school, there's the smart kids and the fucking dumb kids, right?
Right.
So Harry is nice with it. He's nice with the
Yeah.
stick.
He's not as nice as Hermione, but that's actually a strong
so
point
that's
I
what
made
I'm
on
talking
my
about.
show.
Hermione is nice with it, and then fucking Rupert, and there's gonna be a bunch of like fucking fat loser kids who aren't good at wizarding yet.
you're thinking
And
of
they-
Neville.
Like Neville
I think
Longbottom?
you're thinking of
Yeah.
Neville Longbottom right now? Yes, exactly.
Neville Longbottom.
Neville has a glow up like no one's seen, dude. He comes out. He's very into plants right now, and he's absolutely killing it.
there's casualties in every war. So those guys-
Yeah, Neville is
But
the
if you
guy.
got-
Like he's taking a sniper, just boom, and he's gone.
But if you got
And it's like,
if
what happened?
Voldemort's in there, I think it's tough. If you get the evil on the side and they're all
Who's
working
he
together.
fighting for then? Is Voldemort gonna fight?
Voldemort's probably fighting for
America,
If it
right?
worked to attack
Fucking
him around
Halliburton.
Probably the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah.
No, I think it's the opposite. Because why is America attacking
That's a
Hogwarts?
fair point.
Why is America attacking Hogwarts?
Power and money.
Yeah, they
Power
won't
money.
usually do like
They're
oil
in
there.
control of the world. They're attacking them because let's say it's like a racial thing. Well, we hate wizards. That's like, I feel like Voldemort would be like, for now, all I can do, you know what I'm saying? They fucking
The sound effects
you know what
is
I'm saying?
amazing.
What happens is he talks.
Do we think all the wizards are taking X-Men? Because we've seen the story play out in X-Men.
See, that's what I mean. I feel like,
And the military kind of takes out X-Men.
yeah, I think that there's other magical power people who are just more cutthroat and fucking vicious than the wizards. These are kids. At the end of the day, they're still
Yeah.
Yeah.
kids. So you got a bunch of mutants in there. They're like ready for war.
And
dog.
X-Men with these darts, and they're fucking making them normal people again.
Listen. America can come up with some shit. Okay, America. If we put our minds to wizards,
How long would it take to come up with this shit?
Think of all the
I don't know, go one for Vax, Moderna, and Pfizer, bro.
Ron?
It'll be quick with
Ron
it.
literally owns something. He just holds it right now and presses the button.
I know why
All the
Moderna
lights are
was
his.
my
You're not gonna
Isaac
sell me on
bro.
wizards taking X-Men.
I don't know enough about X-Men. I only know Deadpool, and I respect the fuck out of his process. You know what I'm saying? I respect the fuck out of Deadpool. I love those shows. It's too much. I want to get into Marvel. I want to get into DC. Where the fuck do I start?
They have a list. They got a
They-
list.
they do?
have a list,
There's
yeah.
I don't know if I can really
movies,
get
right,
into it
that
like
lead
that,
up
though.
to Endgame. Like, there's an order.
I did
You
it.
can watch
There's an
it all.
actual
It's
order.
pretty dope,
Yeah,
right?
I did it leading up to. I'd seen them. I'd seen most of them, but I did it. I went in
It's
like
overwhelming, though. It's
the
a lot.
Order that, yeah, but I'm a loser
But
who
you
doesn't
have
have
nothing to
anything.
do.
I have
Yeah.
nothing to do. I have no
Yeah, if you
family. I have no
got-
nothing,
well-
and I could die tomorrow and nothing
what I would
happens.
do?
Apparently no best friends.
So the plus side of that is I get to watch all the movies I want.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you.
Yo, it's dope.
Yeah.
Like, until
Could die,
Christmas.
no one would care. But I get to watch all the movies.
Yeah, until Christmas.
For real.
You know what you
But,
should do is wait till your kids are old enough, and then like
And hit 'em
then-
all with
and then
them?
you'll like watch it with them, and you'll have something to
Good
do.
point.
Because sometimes I do find it hard. I know a lot. I actually knew the comic shit like back in the day when I was a kid, and then kind of fell off. And now I haven't seen all of them, but I still kind of know the stories and shit. But I just find it very daunting to be like, I gotta watch 18 of these motherfuckers, or even like 10 of these movies.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
if you're
hard
with
to
your
like
kids, that'd be
start.
fun. That's a
you
good
know,
point.
yeah. But if you're with your kids and doing it,
See, I try to do that with my 4-year-old. We're big into Halloween. We call it Spooktober. Like,
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
whole
You guys go
fucking setup for
hardcore.
my daughter about how like
yeah.
Is
how
that how you went
Halloween
your whole
is.
life, like as a kid too, or you
No,
got
as
that
I was-
later?
I always enjoyed Halloween. I just thought it was something so cool about like all that shit. I'm not gonna just dive into this, but like I told my daughter like we're fucking Halloween people. You know what I'm saying? Like she's all about it. And I tried to watch like Hocus Pocus with her and stuff like that, and she's almost there, but I can't get her to sit through the whole thing. It's a little too scary. But I want to get into the
Focus,
age
focus is.
where you can just kind of watch all the shit. It's
Yeah.
a
That's
kid's
kind of where you're
scare.
at now, right? Were you watching? was it-
Well, we watch whatever
Six,
they
I feel
want.
like
We
six
we
is ready.
whatever they want is Sing 2 right now.
Yeah.
Is dude Sing 2? These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. Illumination Studios or whoever they put Sing 2 out for on demand for rental. For rental, $25 a rental. So you got it for $25 for 48 hours. Guess how many fucking times I had to just re-rent that shit for my kids at $25 a pop. I spent like $750 in a month on Sing 2. And it's because they know they got you by the balls because they know they got kids like mine who are like, I want to see Sing 2. And I'm like, fine, whatever, here you go.
Yeah.
$25 to not even own that shit.
25 a
A
rental.
rental, dude.
Ah,
I was like, this must be a mistake. Nope. Now it's finally available, like whatever, regular. But
Yeah.
those early days were brutal.
See, my kids weren't even
Genius
phased by this
businessman.
movie.
So smart, dude.
It's
So
genius.
smart.
It's the kid world you got to get into. The
Yeah,
industry
yeah,
of
man.
kids, man.
No, that's
monetize the
I
kids.
tell you,
Pause.
monetize
Hang
the
on.
baby. Listen, that's all you, bub.
Yo, we got Shane at 3.
I was gonna say, is it 257?
Yeah, we got to bounce. I think. Yeah.
You guys got to leave?
Yeah. Fuck. And
Oh,
maybe.
fuck.
Should I?
Well, before you go, let's just hit this tier real quick. We'll hit
No,
tier
no,
two.
no. Let's see if he can push it.
Yeah.
I gotta pay.
I mean,
I mean, he's got it almost there. I didn't realize it was 257. I just
Yeah.
saw it in the corner too.
Time flies when you're having fun.
it is, man. I would love to like, keep it ripping. We're good. But-
What a
How'd that go
buzzkill.
so fast?
yeah,
that was
crazy. I'm sorry, man. I
wanted to dive into so much stuff.
so much more.
Because we got Barstool Legends on.
What can we just come back at some point? Listen, always leave them wanting more, bro. Always leave 'em wanting more. The people
I know, bro.
will want 'em more, man. I can't believe how quick
When's
that
the next
flew.
time we get you guys back to Nashville?
I mean, now that I know how fucking fun this was, we're gonna have to come back like next
That's what I'm
week.
saying. Everybody listening, hey, subscribe,
I'll fly in and
rate, do all the
Yeah.
shit, man.
We're dipping?
So we got like probably 10 minutes.
Why, do you want to just keep going, or is there something specifically you want to do?
Well, we have like a tier. We have a tier. Yeah, and I
mean, I
love
would
hanging
love
out
to
with
do
you guys,
that.
man. We haven't even talked about Barstool shit.
Yeah, fuck Barstool, whatever, man. Right? It's about the boys.
Keep on paying.
I
we
would
don't
love to, but
care.
he's outside our apartment. So.
What kind of tier thing we got, Jack?
Hey,
Knew it was coming. Knew it was coming. No. This. Oh yeah, this is hurt. This is gonna hurt somebody's feelings. I gotta go. I mean, top
Chaos.
tier. So
Love
3 in the top tier.
chaos.
there's
Okay, I'm gonna go Dave, Dan, and I go Brianna Chicken Fry top tier right now. I think she's gonna be the next
Really?
Alex Cooper. I think she is a fucking megastar in the waiting.
What makes her great?
She can do. She's first of all, she's a chick and she has a legion of girls like in her army. She can move merch like I think like second only to Alex Cooper. And she's like actually she knows that like she came up through TikTok being like the party girl who drinks a lot, but she knows what she's doing. Like very smart girl. Grew up in like she had like addict sisters that she had to like deal with and overcome. She grew up real fast, very adult despite the fact that she's like a party girl. And I think she's gonna be like I think she'll get like an Alex Cooper type bag.
Gotta have her on the bus.
So then second tier, I'd have to go PFT, Roan, Caleb. And then third tier, which is still, I mean, that's not a knock, but those are newer. Those are all newer employees.
Bullshit is you didn't put anyone bad on the list.
Yeah,
like you could have put people on the list. It was like,
put
oh,
fucking Frank on there, man.
You put easy 3 like here, like, oh, that's third tier. But I gotta go.
You don't have to use this.
Yeah, no, I can do whatever I want.
Where do you guys put yourselves? KFC, where do you put fights and fights? Where do you put KFC?
I mean, I always think that there's like a top 5 of Dan, Dave, me, fights, and K Marco was like one of the original guys. Now, obviously, things have changed as far as like what we do now. But I mean, it was to grow this shit was so fucking different, and I still don't think people realize like what it sounds so much like. In my day, we went uphill both ways. Oh, should I got to tell him to get he text Pavs to get Shane. But like to grow it was like, I mean, we did so much writing and so much around the fucking clock to the point that I think we're all like fucked in the head a little bit. So I think that, you know, as far as like tier of talent, I think I would be like near the bottom. But as far as like tier of Barstool importance and who needed, like how it all needed to unfold, I think there's that 5-man team that was like,
that's an incredible answer.
If that doesn't unfold the way it does, I don't know if there is a Caleb and a chicken fry to do what we do, where we do it, how we do it. You know,
where do you put fights in the tier system?
He's at the very bottom
for sure.
No, we're at the me and Feitelberg are not talented people.
No.
We're just
how do you go off in this world of who's talented and who's not talented?
I think that there are people who have like
you guys do live shows.
The same way that like I sometimes laugh when I see our podcast is like in the same level of the charts as like Bill Burr and Chris DiStefano and Two Bears One Cave, because those guys are like, to me, like the
legendary
most talented people in the and we just shoot shit, Burr. You know what I mean? So I mean, I guess if you want to say that like being a conversationalist is a talent, then I guess we're okay. But I don't think we have like talent.
No.
I think we just
it's
I think we have a skill that is monetizable and popular right now in the world of like entertainment.
Yeah, 5 years we'll be homeless. So like, how talented can we be?
Think about it. How many funny people or just like guys busting balls before the internet and podcasts didn't have a career?
Yeah, people tell us all the time.
They just missed it.
They come to us, they're like, dude, I could do that. So, and they're probably right.
But also it's like, then do it, bro.
Like, you
do it.
100%. The response is always, we'll just do it. They're like, dude, I'd love to be able to get paid to talk to my friends. Like, okay, we'll do it. Get a podcast and do it.
Yeah, people don't understand.
But it was a lot of timing.
And the back work that goes on.
We came up at the right time. Internet came up. You know, Boston sports was blowing up, and it all unfolded. But I don't think, you know, I think there are certain guys. PFT is like a comedic genius to me. That if it wasn't during the internet era, if he was coming up in like the 80s, he would have been like a script writer or whatever was hot. You know, hot.
I'd probably that's what I'd switch Caleb and PFT, and that's just out of output. And then that would be my tier system in order. And the bottom 3 are awesome too. I'm gonna be a pussy about this, but like the bottom 3 are awesome. They just do stuff that I'm not really interested in. I don't.
Let's be clear. I mean, Marty is an idiot.
I don't really do much gambling. I don't really watch that much college football, and I'm not a Chicks in the Office guy. So the bottom 3 that's not my interests.
Yeah.
Who's a sleeper? Who's somebody that should be up on the list?
Ooh, good question there.
Dana B.
Rico.
Dana B or Sass.
Sass is gonna be funny.
Owen. I fucking love Owen.
Love Owen. Funny.
Obviously Nick and KB. Anyone who's nothing at all like me those are my favorite people. Who like they just are not my kind of humor at all.
Nick is really, really funny. Nick is really funny. You know who's one of the funniest characters like at the joint right now is our producer Jackie. Is like a female Feitelberg, and like she's more producer than content. But man, some of the shit that comes out of her mouth is absolutely fucking hilarious. Unintentionally funny. That's why she's funny. She just lives her life, and I'm like, you have no idea how ridiculous you are. But yeah, she's a sleeper. I think
we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. I think we gotta go. That's what I
boys.
I do it, but I would love to say more. But
you guys gotta come back.
Yeah.
No, we definitely.